Under the lights, where the warriors ride. Friday night fire, feel the pioneer pride. From the first down fight to the final bell. Where Boswell born, you know the name well. It's football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed pioneer pride.
Pioneers in a row here.
From step to side, from pass to run, we bring the heat till the battle's won. In the trenches or the open field, we play for the brand. We never yield. Jim Howard's call brings the game to life. Peyton P with the inside cutting like a knife. Keith Demon breaks it down, tells you what's in store. Boswell's belts on the mic, who could ask for more? It's football Friday night. With the heart, the grit, the might. Boswell Pioneers take flight. We play for the brand all day, all night. Slobber Friday night.
Hey, good evening and welcome to Boswell Sports for tonight's district matchup between the visiting Weatherford Kangaroos and your Boswell Pioneers. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Howard and this is Pioneer Football. Joining me in the booth tonight is of course our play-by-play man, Peyton Peterson. Hello Peyton.
Hello, Jim.
And then on the boards is Keith Diamond. Hello Keith.
Good evening, Jim.
Down on the field is our lovely and talented photographer, Sandy Howard. Hello, Sandy. Well, she can't.
She's been taking pictures.
It is senior night here at Boswell High School, and they are introducing the seniors now. You see them there on the field. We've already had several go through. We're going to continue to follow this event as it is senior night. The last time that these guys get to walk through that tunnel and step on the field with the big blue and gold bars. Maybe there's no other game that's more important than what we got right here, right now.
Oh, it is. I think there's two layers of it. This is going to be the last time that, or I guess three layers of it. This is going to be the last time that the seniors here at Boswell High School are going to be playing on this field and at this high school of their careers. It's also a must-win game for them for their playoff hopes, but it's also a bittersweet one. It's your final home game of your 20-year career. You've seen this stadium go through a whole lot of changes, and I know you don't want to make it too much about yourself, but I mean it's a bittersweet night here at Pioneer Stadium.
Yeah, we've come a long way from those first days with David Walker and myself, and nothing but a handheld microphone and a computer. And now we've got all kinds of video graphics. Peyton been working on a telestrator. Hadn't quite got that going yet. But it's going to be a fun night tonight. And it starts with these guys right here, the ones you see coming out of that tunnel, the Boswell Pioneers and those seniors. Special night for them. Peyton, walk us through what it was like for you as you walked onto the field for the last time here at Boswell High School.
So when I was playing baseball, we actually didn't get to have a senior night, which was not good. COVID knocked us down, but I know for a lot of the guys that did get to have a senior night here on the football field, they really enjoyed it. I think they came out with a loss in that one, so that one really stung to a lot of them toward the end. And they always talk about you'll always remember your last home game. If the Pioneers can find a way to win these next two games and go into the playoffs, they're definitely going to be remembering this senior night and how they fought their way back and got into the playoffs. We've seen the odds, 25% chance getting into the playoffs. So, I mean, the chances are lower than others, but it all starts on senior night to get in. So
Next up we have Alexis Harris.
So it is a beautiful night for football. This is football weather. And I absolutely love this kind of weather. I'm not sure everybody does.
Perfect.
But you can see there, it's partly cloudy tonight and 64 degrees at kickoff. By the time we finish this, it's supposed to be somewhere around 55 degrees. Wind out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Shouldn't have too much of an effect on the game. We will watch that as the night goes on.
Sounds like football weather.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the Pioneer schedule.
Next up is Victory.
You see there where the Pioneers have been so far. Lost their last two. The last win was here against Crowley, the overtime thriller. And they got 2 games left, and those are big ones. We will break down the playoff scenario. As you see the standings there, the Pioneers currently in that 6th spot.
Next up we have our
You got to win tonight. Win, and you got a chance. Lose, and you're out.
Yep.
So, Coach Weaver told us this week on the Pioneer Sports Extra that this was a playoff game for them. Because, say, it's one and done from here on.
Yep. Yeah, it's in order to get 2, you got to get 1, and you got to get 1 tonight. And it really, this is it. It's quite crazy, Jim. You know, there's 2 games left of the season. Weatherford has no wins. Boswell has 1 win. You're thinking, okay, if Boswell has to win 2 games to get in the playoffs, Weatherford's out. You're going to see in a minute, that's not actually true. Weatherford is still in the playoff race, which is quite crazy.
Yeah, if you look at the notes there, Weatherford comes into this game ranked 430th in the state. Boswell has actually jumped down to 282 despite the big loss to North Crowley last week. Weatherford is 9-2 all time versus Boswell.
Next up we have Justin.
That's back in my days. And then the last game, of course, Weatherford won over last year, 17.
Yeah, that was a tight one, and I'll tell you what, that 430 ranked in the state, it is very deceiving. This is a better bunch than probably a lot of those teams in that 400 range.
And then you see the Boswell Pioneers stats. Marcus Lords, we call him Juju.
This word is not my brother,
Has
Ryan, and mother, Jerry O'Brien.
attempts with 79 completions and
All graduation
31 yards, trying to kill that 1,000-yard mark. And be nice if we got that tonight.
Yeah, I mean he definitely has the potential to do that, especially the way he's played. But you also look at our rushing game, that being able to have Jace Richardson back on the field in this game, not only is it going to be a bit massive for this team, but also for the guy right behind him, the chance last game.
So if they can get those 3 guys back on the field, I like their chances. I haven't heard what the status of Richardson is. Don't know if he's going to play or not. We'll just have to see once they line up. And then, of course, you got Peyton Rhodes, the leading receiver for the Pioneers, with 36 receptions, 3 touchdowns. And I really think that, A, the Pioneers have to get the running game going. B, they got to open that up by showing that they're a threat in the passing game. And I think that starts with those top 3 guys, Rhodes, Lassiter, and Stevenson. And, of course, Corsy's one of those guys. Doesn't get a lot of catches, but or a lot of passes, not a lot thrown his way. But when he does, they're usually tough catches, and he's pretty clutch. There's your comparisons. This is the guy you got to watch for. That kid for Weatherford Kangaroos. He's not enough. They've faced him before. You can see they're really kind of close in stats, with the exception of the passing yards. 1,482 yards.
Yeah, Weatherford's been in a lot of shootouts this year, and Boswell's kind of, even though a lot of the Achilles heel for the Pioneers has been their defense, they've actually been in more of these lower scoring affairs compared to the Kangaroos, which is quite eye-opening, but it just goes to show you the way that the Boswell Pioneers are playing and competing and winning in these games versus Weatherford, who doesn't have a win so far this season in district play.
So That included that wild, crazy game last
Yeah.
last Thursday, I think it was. Weatherford had as it was just a complete barn burner. And that gave them a lot of confidence. They got a lot of confidence coming into this game. And the Boswell Pioneers, I think, when you lose a little bit, this is going to be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. You know, you look across the board, they've got a lot of studs. You talked about Kennedy, but I think you also got to talk about Quimby from their team. Quimby's got
Oh,
over
yeah.
1,000 yards rushing so far this year in the run game. He's been a dude for them. But then you also got to talk about this is the craziest one of all. Is that rushing receiving? Ridiculous.
This is going to take a little bit of time as we've got quite a few seniors. We're about halfway done. We're going to take a quick break because we want to recognize our sponsors. And before we do, I just wanted to say this. After 20 years, we've had really loyal sponsors. Everybody from Gladys Barbecue, who's hosted the coaches show every week, to Lone Star Insurance, have been there with us from the very beginning. Zoo.net. Of course, Sandy's actually on me. She has to be with us, but I just want to say thank you to those guys who have been so loyal and supportive all these years. We've had several along the way. We just stopped by ourselves. Absolute comfort. Just a most quick car, play the tune there on both and just really appreciate everything that they've done over the past 20 years. Let's go ahead, Keith, now, and we'll take a break for our sponsors.
Off of 73335 down on Boat Club Road, there's a place folks gather and let their troubles unload. Red's Barbecue delights under a Texas sky, with brisket, sausage ribs, and chicken fried. Juicy burger stacking high, Red's fries on my plate. Flavor so rich my mouth can't wait. Hey, the man, he's got the magic touch. A bite of heaven, it's never too much. Oh, Red's Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Fried steak, crispy and brown, the tastiest food in our little town. The sauce is poured with love, smoking so fine. Every meal there is a grand old time, with friends and tunes under the barbecue lights, laughing and eating through the warm summer nights. Grill marks are painted, a culinary art. Red's Barbecue knows the way to my heart. Oh, Red's Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite.
Sandy's action photography is there to capture the moments you find dear. She is there to make sure you never miss those important moments that will last a lifetime. From the field to chapel, let her do the work for you. Sandy's action photography has been a Pioneer favorite for 20 years. Contact us for your special event at saj872@yahoo.com or call us at 817-253-9510 today.
Sandy's action photography, memories in motion.
Next up, we have
All right, welcome back to Boswell Sports as we continue our pregame coverage of the matchup between the visiting Weatherford Pioneers and our Boswell Pioneers. We are live from Pioneer Stadium. Good to be back home after being on the road for so long. And unfortunately, next week we get to make that road trip again down
At least
to
it's going to be
Mansfield.
a better site, I would say.
Yeah, definitely a
better
better stadium, but it's always good to come back home. Peyton, let's talk a little bit about the implication of this game. Is it is playoff time, and there's a lot of scenarios to work
Oh,
through.
Jimmy, Jim, and Keith, we have been really grinding along ever since Saturday, trying to figure out the different scenarios that could happen in the playoffs that are upcoming. And man, there is just a whole lot. So this is Keith came up with this idea. We're doing the Professor Peterson's Boswell playoff scenarios, and we're not going to go into all 16 of them, but there is 16 different scenarios that can happen. So before we get into it, here's the current District 3-6A standings, top to bottom as of this week. Well, this is going to be a little bit different. North Crowley got a win last night, so they're 5-0 now. Lake Ridge, who did North Crowley play last night? Mansfield. So Mansfield went to 3-2 as we thought. These are the current district standings. Legacy's 2-3. Crowley's actually 2-3 as well. Boswell's 1-3, and Weatherford is 0-4. So as you see, Weatherford is still not out of the playoffs yet. They don't have a cross across their name. Mansfield and North Crowley are, however, clinched in the playoffs, and that is due to the fact that Mansfield has no scenario in these 16 scenarios where they get knocked out, even though they're that 3 seed right now. So here's the current playoff berth odds for all 7 of the teams in the district, and I think we lost ourselves here. We're gonna go back. We'll run right back through this again. So here's the playoff standings again. Crowley is actually 2-3. They're not 4-0. As we look here so here's the playoff berth odds currently, 1 through 7. So we've got North Crowley, who is clinched into the playoffs. Lake Ridge, who has a 93.75% chance at that second seed. Mansfield is clinched, even though that they lost last night to North Crowley. Legacy has a 50% chance to make the postseason. Crowley has a 37.5% chance, even though they are currently in the 4th spot. Boswell has a 25% chance, and their opponent tonight, Weatherford, 6.25% chance with no wins. They're still alive. I think, guys, we're going to have to click the other button. We'll
That's scored tonight by Dad John and Sister Angelica. He plans to attend Northwest.
Apologize real quick, guys. We'll be right back on this. So you wouldn't click the square. You would click this to pause.
Okay.
So we're just running through this here. So again, Weatherford has a 6.25% chance to still make the playoffs despite having no wins so far on the season. So that's how we would pause and play. That would get it. So then now we go into what would be the first scenario. We're only going to go through the 4 scenarios for the Pioneers. We'll actually show Weatherford's scenario as well, since they are our opponent tonight. We're not going to show it on the screen, but I'll explain it in a little bit. So here is Here is the first scenario into how the Pioneers make the playoffs. And again, in these scenarios, this is pending the fact that North Crowley wins their next 2 games. They won last night. So in this scenario, the Pioneers defeat Weatherford tonight, win next week against Lake Ridge. If Lake Ridge defeats Legacy tonight and Mansfield defeats Weatherford next week, Boswell doesn't have to worry about anything. They're in as the 4th seed into the playoffs. Simple, easy. That's your top 4 in the playoffs. So that's scenario 1.
graduation, Julio pursued a TCC to complete his associate's degree. After TCC, he plans to become an airplane technician.
So now scenario 2, Boswell defeats Weatherford tonight and Lake Ridge next week. And again, Boswell has to go 2-0 to even have a chance to make the playoffs. Legacy defeats Lake Ridge tonight. Mansfield defeats Weatherford next week. Well, let's hold on. Let's stop this right here. All of a sudden, this is your top 4. Look who's missing, Jim. Who's missing from that top 4? There's a glaring name. It's Lake Ridge. In this scenario, Lake Ridge would fall from 2 to 5 in a matter of 2 weeks. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable what could happen. But
to think that Lake Ridge is sitting in the second spot right now could miss the
they
playoffs.
could still miss the playoffs. And you're looking at this. You look at these games. Boswell can defeat Weatherford tonight. Boswell's going to be not favored against Lake Ridge, but they've been competitive in these games against Mansfield schools. That could easily happen. Legacy's been kind of rolling around lately. They could beat Lake Ridge tonight. It's doable. And Mansfield, they're going to be favored next week against Weatherford. This is a plausible.
Tonight is the night of the rest of the season.
It is. I mean, this could actually happen. So then now we go into scenario 3, and this is kind of give a little bit more of the same rundown before we get into some of the wild territory, which you'll see in scenario 4. So scenario 3 again, Boswell goes 2-0 the rest of the way. Lake Ridge defeats Legacy tonight. Weatherford defeats Mansfield next week. This would be your top 4. It would just be compared to scenario 1 and scenario 3. The 2 and 3 would stay the same. Well, actually, it would flip. Because Mansfield will be in that 2 spot in that other one, and Lake Ridge would be in that 3. But in here, Boswell will be in the 4. But with these 1 through 4s where Boswell's in, they're going to be in the same spot no matter what in the first round of the playoffs because they're not going in the 3. So here is the crazy one. This is where the mathematicians have to come out a little bit. You're going to have to do some math. You're going to have to think about it. So in this scenario, we'll pause this for a second. In this scenario, Boswell goes 2-0. Legacy defeats Lake Ridge tonight. Weatherford defeats Mansfield next week. And again, this is contingent that North Crowley wins next week. We would then have a 4-way tie for 3 spots into the playoffs. So how is that done? Currently, as it stands, I'll pull up my notes here real quick before I get into it a little bit further. Wait, hold on, guys. All right, hold on. This is a whole lot of stuff, and we got to make sure everybody's got this figured out. So in this spot, right now, Mansfield, Lake Ridge, they would be stuck at plus 36 and plus 32 points. In this moment as well, Legacy sits at plus 6 and Boswell sits at 0. The reason Boswell sits at 0 is because Boswell lost to Mansfield and they lost to Legacy, but in this scenario, they would beat Lake Ridge. So that would be the only way they would get points. Mansfield is plus 36 because of their wins combined, and Lake Ridge is plus 32 because of their wins combined, and Legacy's at plus 6 because of their 36-30 win over the Pioneers. So we have to remember in this scenario, the Pioneers in this case would need to make sure that their win against Lake Ridge next week is higher than the combined scores of not just the plus 6 that Legacy has against Boswell, but also Legacy's game against Lake Ridge. So let's say if Legacy defeats Lake Ridge tonight by 4. That all of a sudden becomes plus 10 for Legacy. Boswell would need to win next week by plus 11. So then you're thinking, what if they win by 10 against Lake Ridge in this scenario? Well, then they go head-to-head, and the Pioneers lost to Legacy. Boom, they're out of the playoffs. So that wouldn't happen. So then we also have to think of this scenario. Legacy currently is plus 6. If Legacy defeats Lake Ridge tonight by 13 points, they move to plus 19. In that point, the Pioneers would be out of the playoffs and their dreams would be over, as the max for tiebreakers is plus 18. You can't get to 19 in that point, so Boswell would be out. So that is kind of a little bit of a look into the 4 scenarios that can get the Pioneers into the playoffs. Remember, there's only 16. So the chances aren't too high. There's a reason that Legacy's sitting at 50%, because they have eight different avenues that can get them there. And here's a little bit of a breakdown more of kind of these scoring differentials between these teams and how Boswell can get in. In a second, we'll actually go through and talk about Weatherford's scenario to get into the playoffs, because they are our opponent tonight and they're still alive, which is a bit of an interesting one. So we can, I think we can get out. So this would be the top 4 in this scenario 4 for the playoffs. It would again kind of stay the same with these 4 teams. but boy, would it be a lot of craziness and a lot of. If we get into the scenario next week, guys, we're going to be sitting there going, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Counting on our fingers.
There could be a chance where next week, say the Pioneers are up by 8 against Lake Ridge, where you're seeing Coach Weaver and company with a minute left with the ball not kneeling because they have to get points to go into the playoffs.
Kicking onside kicks.
Yes.
Or what have you to try to get more points on the board.
Yeah. So there's a lot of craziness, and this is really what makes playoff season just so crazy with the tiebreakers, and really Boswell's loss against Legacy has really put them in a hole, but it's not a deep hole, because if they win tonight, their odds all of a sudden move from 25% to 50%. It would all come down to next week against Lake Ridge. So now let's take a look. We can go back to the field if we like. You two back onto that angle if we want. Here we are. So we're back out onto the field, and we'll give a little bit more of a rundown into Weatherford scenario. So Weatherford has a 1 out of 16 chance to make the playoffs. In order for Weatherford to make the playoffs, they would have to go undefeated these next 2 games against Boswell tonight and Mansfield next week. Boswell would have to beat Lake Ridge next week. That would have to happen. And Lake Ridge would have to beat Mansfield Legacy tonight, which could happen. That is likely to happen. And Boswell beating Lake Ridge is going to be one that's a little bit up in the air. So in that scenario, Weatherford would then go into a tiebreaker with Crowley. Yes, Crowley. Or I think it would be a 3-way tie. It would be a multiple-way tie with these teams. So in that point, then Weatherford would need to win by 10 versus Boswell tonight to go into the playoffs in that scenario. So it's quite craziness.
So what you're saying, Pete, is the next 2 weeks are going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be fun. But you have to win tonight in order for it to be fun. Or next week's just going to be we're playing a game on the schedule. So there's a lot of things that can happen. We're definitely going to be looking at some scores around the district tonight, kind of seeing what's happening around the area. We know North Crowley won last night. I believe they have now clinched the district championship. So congrats to the North Crowley Panthers again on another district title.
But I also want to say congratulations to Mansfield on that game as well, because up to that point, Boswell had been the highest scoring team against North Crowley.
Yeah.
So, it shows that Mansfield is not a paper tiger.
Yeah, 100%.
Or maybe North Crowley is. Just depends on which way you look at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we are about 21 minutes. Thank you so much, Peyton, for that breakdown. We're about 21 minutes out, which means we have enough time to recognize some more of our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Boswellsports.
The future is now. All County Property Management can help you find the right home to rent. Call Kim Miller at 817-567-2500.
Barbecue, making moo like a cow, tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Pioneer sports, extra tales of great Boswell's never rock and roll. Sports, extra tales of great Boswell's never gonna quit. Coach Weaver's roar echoes in our soul, chasing glory, now we're rock and roll. Pioneer sports, extra tales of great Boswell's never gonna quit. Coach Weaver's roar echoes in our soul, chasing
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make a choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
All right, welcome back to Boswell Sports. Happy Halloween, everyone. As it is October 31st, and you see a good picture of the moon there. And man, I tell you what, is it spooky or what?
It's spooky season. I think the Pioneers are getting ready to rain on the 3-6-8 parade.
It's like I said when I was posting for you about tonight. It's not going to be a trick, or is it going to be a treat? It's one of those. I personally, I know we were talking about this, us three guys, about this game to the beginning of the week. I really believe that in order for Boswell to win, they must score at least 31 points against Weatherford. If they don't score at least 31 points, season's over.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Keith. Weatherford is such a high-scoring offense, and it's good to kind of now talk a little bit about what Weatherford can do on both the offensive and defensive side of the football. And honestly, guys, if we're talking on a pure talent versus talent level, I would pick Boswell to play Weatherford out of all of these teams in the district. But if we're talking on a schematic point of view, I'd much rather have Crowley. I'd much rather have Legacy, because the things that Weatherford can throw at you on offense and defense is some of the best coaching in all of district play. They can throw so many different looks at you on both the offensive and defensive side of the football. And we've seen it in the past. A few years ago, back when Sawyer Farr was the quarterback of this team, Boswell was heavily favored in a game versus Weatherford, and they lost. And that wasn't due to the fact that Weatherford had more talent. It was because they threw out a great scheme and a great game plan against Boswell, and Boswell didn't know how to go about it. They pull guards, they pull tackles, and they run that 3-3-5 stack on defense that really makes your quarterbacks think in the pocket and both the pass rush and in the secondary, to where you don't know what's going to happen with this Weatherford team. They throw out so many different things, and Boswell's going to have to be on not just their game in the turnover game, but and tackling, but they're going to have to make sure that their reads on both offense and defense are just perfect tonight against a really well-coached Weatherford team.
Absolutely, and I've seen that even when my son was on JV and we would play Weatherford on Thursday nights. Even on JV, it's the exact same thing. You're thinking, man, this is a great game. We're going to win it.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you blink, and then there's the game. And you're like, what the heck just happened?
Well, and I tell you, the other thing that scares me is Weatherford's ability to run misdirection plays.
Yes.
Boswell has struggled with that. We saw it in numerous games in Boswell. Mansfield Legacy, a couple of their key plays came off of those misdirection, the reverses, and so we'll have to see what the Pioneers have worked on this week to see if they're able to take out that kind of a scheme.
And with that scheme, Jim, when they run those misdirections with those pulling guards and pulling tackles, what gets a lot of these defenses that the Weatherford opponents have is they could easily pull that ball quick and throw it over the top to the seam to their tight end. They are known for throwing it across the middle and over the top to the tight end, where we've seen games at Pioneer Stadium against this opponent where there's a tight end wide open in the middle of the end zone, and they're sitting at the Boswell 40. That's a 40-yard touchdown pass to a tight end, which you're thinking that should never happen. This is the biggest guy on the field, one of the slowest guys on the field. We should be able to cover him. But no, they do so many great things in both establishing the run to set up that passing game over the top, where, again, the secondary for Boswell is going to have to make sure they're not biting tonight, or there could be a lot of big plays, which they're going to have to limit if they want to win.
Yeah, definitely one of those things where I think it comes down to who's the hungriest.
Yeah.
Who's the hungriest? Boswell, of course, like I say, they played well at times. When the upset over Crowley was greatness. If that team comes in with a lot of confidence and a lot of fire and drive, I think Weatherford's in trouble.
Well,
but if they don't, Boswell could be in trouble.
Yeah.
And we look at last week's too, because that was another thing we talked about this week. How one of the things that I recognized after we had the North Crowley game, up to the Boswell game against North Crowley, North Crowley had scored in every single quarter that they played this year. Boswell was the first time for them to hit a 0 in a quarter.
Yeah.
So now you need to look at, can Boswell play to that efficacy in this game and maintain it.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out with that intensity, like you said, Ethan. It's going to have to be established from quarter 1 through 4. And one thing that I think that kind of worries a lot of Pioneer fans is when Boswell was up on multiple scores on legacy at halftime, everybody was feeling good about the Pioneers in that game. And if anything, Boswell outplayed Legacy in the majority of that football game. It's really what happened in that last quarter and a half of that game.
Absolutely.
And that all comes down to making changes with your game plan at halftime. And look, if Boswell has a 2 or 3 score lead against Weatherford, that lead still may not be safe. This coaching staff for Weatherford is that good in the way that they can change their game plan and figure out the holes in the Boswell defense and offense to try and stop them in the second half.
Absolutely.
A great breakdown of both teams, guys. And for those of you that don't know, if you're just tuning in, this is my final season at Boswellsports, but it's also that young lady there in the heated jacket and the orange shirt, Sandy Howard, my lovely bride, who has been with me the whole entire time, taking pictures every week, posting them to our Facebook page. She does it so you don't have to. And the way that came about way back in the day was when I first started this, we would go and we would watch our daughter in Pure Gold.
Yeah.
And we would sit up there and we wanted to capture the moment. You know, we take a video camera or just a regular SLR camera, and we spent a lot of times behind the shutter, and you couldn't watch the game.
Yeah.
You know, you're spending too much time focusing on what you're trying to capture. And so Sandy and I got together and we decided, hey, why don't you go down there to the sideline each week and you capture those photos? We'll post them on Facebook. People can come and they can download them for free, and they can enjoy those times where they can actually watch the game. And so I really appreciate what she's done for me and being there on the road every game. And, you know, she puts herself in peril. There's been a few games where she was on the sideline and the play comes right at her and almost takes her out. I remember Coach Abinshan's brother-in-law, Chuck, he actually got hit one time. She was standing almost right next to him, and he broke his leg.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I just really appreciate what she does, and I know that you folks out there that are watching enjoy what she does as well. And so I just wanted to take that moment to shout out to her because she's kind of that unsung member of our cast.
Yep.
Well, and I'll tell you too, Jim, you know, I usually get here within a short time after you do. I mean, you're already usually completely set up, but it's oftentimes, you know, Sandy will kind of come and sneak on the shoulder and say, Jim's frustrated tonight. So, you know, but she's there, and I know that she's got your back, and that she's like, you know what, honey, come on, we've got this, you've got this. It's just a stumbling block. She's always right there for you. Just being that shoulder, that word, that gentle push, even when things get hard.
Yeah, and you know, after a tough loss or something where in the broadcast it just hasn't gone the way that I like it to, and going home and I'm frustrated and I'm complaining about it, and she's that voice of reason, and she has to remind me that this is duct tape and baling wire. And so it's just been a real joy to have my wife there. It's I couldn't ask for anybody better because she likes the game. She told me, she said, what are we going to do once you retire from broadcasting? She said, you know what I want to do? She said, I want to come up here and have you down on the sideline with me during a game. She said, you'd love it down there. So we may see what happens in that regard.
Jim Howard retiring from the booth. He is now going to be the sideline reporter moving forward.
Yeah, we've always needed one. So.
What was it? Halton has what they call it.
The spicy spotter.
Spicy spotter.
Yeah,
it'll be Jim for us.
And I'm going to shout out to those guys and some of the programs over the past 20 years. I can't take credit for being the first. Now, I feel like we are pioneers in this field. I got the idea from Birdville and their broadcast. I can't remember the guy's name anymore because it's 20 years ago, but it was a preacher and his blind daughter that we're radio broadcasting over the internet through Live 360, and I was writing for the Times Record at that time, and I was up there and I was like, man, that looks so cool. Well, the Times Record actually went under. Art Jones came down with cancer, and we sorry for that, but they ended up having to shut the newspaper down. So I was like, you know what, we're going to carry this on, and we're going to do it through the internet. And then over time, we have influenced the Alvarado program, the Brewer program, Springtown. I don't know if they still do it or not, but Toller has done it. The Halton broadcast. Really proud of those guys. Chris Hayes his son was at Boswell his freshman and sophomore year, and Chris was part of the booster club. And Chris thought, man, that's really cool. And so when they moved to the Halton area, he's like, let's do this for Halton. And they're still going strong. They're in their 10th year.
Yep.
And so always nice to see those guys going. And this is kind of a dying medium because you've got the NFHS, you've got Texan Live. They're starting to kind of catch up a little bit. And so the little hometown broadcasts like what you see here on Boswellsports, those are starting to go away a little bit. And so happy for Keith and for Peyton as they have decided to pick up the torch and keep this thing going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so proud of you guys. You've helped this thing grow. It was so nice. You know, back in the day, back before COVID, it was really simple. I hooked up the microphones. I hooked up the computer. We got on the internet, and away we went.
Yeah.
I could call a game, and nobody in the world knew that what I was calling was an error.
Right.
Then COVID came along. The UIL opened things wide open, and now we got live video. Everybody sees my mistakes on a weekly basis, and
not just your mistakes, Jim. Not just yours.
But such a cool thing as this thing has really grown and developed. AI has now come into play.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really loving that. And so I'm excited. I look forward to seeing what you guys can do in these next coming years. And if you don't keep it up, I'm going to come to your house and do bad things.
Well, I tell you that I'm excited about it, but gosh, Jim, every night that I hear that this is one game closer, my stomach rumbles. I'm like, I don't know, all this stuff. I wish everybody could see from the moment that Jim posts on Facebook what he's doing on a Sunday afternoon. He's watching the NFL games and he's reviewing what we did on Friday night and making adjustments and all the graphics that come on the fly that you guys don't see the week before. Like this week, we've been working on Telestrator. Right. And so we don't have it tonight, but each week.
Not yet.
We do not yet.
Right.
Maybe by next season we'll have it. But
it may be halftime. It may be halftime. I don't know. I think I figured something out.
Well,
famous last words.
Right. But it's always if you pay attention to the broadcast, there's always seems like there's something new that you've presented to us to be able to do or an idea like replay started this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you finally figured out how to do that. So I don't know how I keep up with OBS because that's going to be a rolling.
It's crazy. When I first joined, it was August of 2020, so it was still in the middle of the COVID stuff. But that was the first year where everything kind of opened up. And I remember this was when Boswell was still in the little press box, and it was a 2x4. I had never been up there, Jim, at that point. I'd always just been in the main press box area. I'd never been into your, your little room.
Right.
And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was tight in there. It was interesting. I don't think any of this would have fit in there back then, but we just had a camera, and I think we had a soundboard and a computer, and that was it. And now we've got 3 cameras. We've got 2 screens along with the computer, a soundboard, a switcher now that does so many things. And shoot, we may have at halftime or next week a freaking iPad that we can use as a telestrator. It's just crazy what we've been able to do here the last few years. So it's quite awesome.
Well, we are about to get underway here as the captains come out on the field. For the Boswell Pioneers tonight is number 21. That's Isaac Bondonga. Number 35 is Nate Rosales. Number 55, Kyler Davis. And number 88 is Porter Stevenson. Then on the Weatherford side, number 52 is David Marquez. Number 88 for them is Evan O'Donnell. And I think that's number 30 is Javon Wadley.
And it looked like Boswell won the toss and elected to defer. And we'll start the game going into the north end zone.
Yeah, so Boswell wearing that blue and white. I really like those uniforms. Weatherford also with the blue helmets and white jerseys, white pants. They will defend the north goal. The Pioneers will defend the south goal. And we are getting close to the national anthem here.
Guys, we're going to go, I think, it looks like the entire season without any raindrops, barring anything that happens next Friday. So
That's crazy.
an unbelievable. This is the first like cold-esque game of the season. It's not really cold to me. I love this weather. I could go out here in a swimsuit if I wanted to. But it's been a great season weather-wise. It's been a great year with this team. And look, it all comes down to these next two games tonight. It all starts with this one against Weatherford. Got to win in a game that they're favored in, got to handle business tonight, and then go win next week against a team that they're going to be about two score underdogs against.
So it looks like running the flag tonight.
Number 75.
Edwin Porter, offensive lineman.
Who's number
Senior.
77?
77 is
Uribe.
Ola Uribe.
I don't know if you saw that, but he was hyping up the boys in the tunnel.
Oh yeah, he's kind of the spiritual leader of this Boswell Pioneer team.
Yeah, I mean he's filled with a group of just loads of juniors on this team that, you know, whether what happens tonight or the rest of the season, if the Pioneers make the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of expectations on this group heading into the into next season with how many senior leaders are on this team.
It looks like the ROTC is making their way down to the 50-yard line. So we will have the national anthem. And then the kickoff. Love to hear from you folks out there in YouTube land. Love to hear your comments. I think Steffi may be here in the stadium. She was here Tuesday night. I want to thank her for the wonderful gift that she gave the three of us. Brought us chocolate straight from Liverpool. All season I've been saying London. She's from Liverpool.
Yeah, me and my wife almost finished all that bag last night, and it was really good. But my weight is not going to be loving it.
Please don't be looking out.
Great job by the OBS band.
I was wondering how you're going to transition that one.
Hey, the Pioneer band did really good here too as well.
It's just we did that because if we tried to tap into the crowd mic here, we get overpowered, and the crowd microphone, the little portable.
Let's just face it, it's not good quality sound.
That's right. So
Not at all. Not
all
at
right.
all.
So this first quarter is brought to you by.
Oh, look at that. AI.
It's brought to you by Red's Barbecue off of 7335 Boat Club Road. Go in and see Justin and Amy. They do a lot for the community, a lot of things that you may not realize. And so go in and say hi to them. Enjoy some of that great barbecue that they have.
If you're hungry right now, I want you to pull up your smartphone. Don't leave your booth. Don't leave your seat. Don't leave your phone, your screen. Just swipe up, leave it in the screen and screen. Pull up Uber Eats or DoorDash. Go on to Red's Barbecue. Go get yourself some food.
And this is the all-county first half kickoff.
So we are ready to go here from Pioneer Stadium for the final rendition of the Pioneers playing here in the 2025 season at home. And happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you have your Pioneer costumes on with your muskets and ready to go. Hopefully nobody's dressed as a kangaroo tonight. As your Boswell Pioneers get ready to kick this one away to Weatherford. This is a big matchup for both of these teams who have playoff aspirations. The Pioneers are in a little bit of a better spot, but not the best one, and we are ready to go from Pioneer Stadium. And Weatherford will return this at their own 9-yard line, and it's going to be a good return out to the 25, and that is where the Kangaroos' high-powered offense will take over, led by their running back Quimby and their quarterback Kennedy, two juniors that have been absolutely terrific so far this year, Jim.
Yeah, we'll see here. You want to establish in the first series, you want to establish your dominance right there in the trenches where the defensive line is. We'll see who wins that battle.
And Jim, I think we have a quarterback change here. It looks like we have Brooks Curbo at quarterback for Weatherford tonight. So Kennedy is not the QB. And here's a little misdirection. Here's the toss out in front to their receiver, Jacob Hemphill. And he'll get a good gain out to they're going to give him the 33, it looks like. A gain of 8. And here is your Pioneer defense tonight, led by just a load of juniors all across the board. That was a gain of 8 for Weatherford. And Jim, what did you see there on that first play? It looked like a lot of misdirection there.
A lot of misdirection. That's what we were worried about. They get the defense flowing one way, cut back the other, and that's where Crowley had success.
So Curbo remains the quarterback, actually. High snap, fakes the handoff, throws it out to the right. It's dropped. Intended for Bryant Davis. Davis just dropped the ball. They set up a screen. And it looks like, Jim, so far, I think they're trying to utilize Boswell's weaknesses east and west so far.
Yeah.
So they'll set up a 3rd and 1. They actually changed the yard to gain on that previous play. So 3rd down and 1. This may be a run here to Quimby. Curbo remains the quarterback. Hands it off to Quimby. Pioneers are all over it, but he's going to get the first down.
Way to go, Romo.
I think that was easy, Jim. Don't give me too much credit up here. So it's a first down for Weatherford, their first of the night. And it's a little bit interesting. We were heading into this one thinking Brooks Curbo was going to be at receiver and Cutter Kennedy was going to be the quarterback, but they've made a change, unless there must have been an injury for Weatherford. So Curbo's the QB, high snap, hands it off. He'll keep it up the middle. And he'll get a gain of about 3 out to the 40.
Looking at that defensive line for the Pioneers, I don't see Bigger Rebay in there.
Yeah, Rebay not in the game yet. This may just be, they may want some quicker guys up front to try and help with these misdirection plays that they love to run. So they're going to change the play at the line of scrimmage here with 20 to play on the play clock. They have 1 first down on this drive. And again, you always have to look for something over the top with this team. Curbo fake handoff. He's got pressure. He snaps it underneath to Quimby. It was a good little play call.
Yeah, just a little pitch there.
Yeah.
He read the defensive end coming in. Pioneers had good pressure coming off the edge, but he was lucky to get that football away.
Yeah, they're bringing out all the bags of tricks here, so it's going to set up another 3rd and short. And this is that spot of the field, Jim. Even if you don't get it, with how Weatherford's at right now is 0 wins on the year and trying to get in the playoffs, it could be 4-down territory at this spot all night. Pioneers showing blitz. Kerbo's going to fake it, throw it out to the right. It's caught by Hemphill. Boswell's all over, though. Great penetration by the secondary, but I don't know if they stopped him, though. He may have still got the first down. He's close. If he didn't get it, it's got to be inches. We're talking, I mean, this is a postcard. And I think they're going to give him it. It's a first down. So they'll give Weatherford the first down here. It's a good job, though, by the Pioneers secondary to fly to that football and not allow anything after the catch.
Yeah, 3 Pioneers right there.
So Boswell was preventing anything deep on the big play, so they allow gain of 2 in the first down yet again. Here's a handoff to Quimby, and he's got a hole, and he's got room to work with. Quimby down the field to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and Weatherford is on the board here on senior night at Boswell.
That's the thing. You play the Pioneer defense all season. They do a good job getting those,
get a replay here,
stopping those little short runs, and then teams are able to pop a big one on them and come up with 6.
So I don't think we're going to get a replay on this one, unfortunately. But I did notice when Oribe came into that game, all of a sudden a big hole was open up the middle. So there must have been something that Weatherford saw in their game plan with Oribe on the field, because they went right at him, it looks like, on that play and took it to the house basically untouched. PAT is good, and Weatherford will take a quick 7-0 lead with 9:02 to play here in the first quarter. And as we've mentioned in this one, the Pioneers have to win their next 2 games in order to make the playoffs. Everything else will basically handle itself. Weatherford, if they win their next 2 games, they're going to need a lot of help, but they still have a chance. So there's still a lot of implications in this one, even though both teams sit at no wins and 1 win in district play. Keep an eye out on those other scores tonight around the district and keep you updated as Weatherford's getting ready to kick this one away, and it's going to be a sky kick, which will be fair caught at the 33-yard line, and this is where the Boswell offense will take over. And Jim, we're anticipating to potentially see Jace Richardson back in the lineup tonight. We haven't heard a word if he will be back. And on this first play, it doesn't look like he's on the field. So Lassiter on the field will get the start at tailback with Juju Lords, the junior quarterback. Something of note, most of these guys on the Pioneer offense are juniors. Still 1 year left of eligibility as they're getting ready to start their first possession of the night. So Lords he'll hand it off to Lassiter, and Lassiter's got a good gain. Bring it out to the 39.
Yeah, nice little run that time. Patient running by Lassiter. Just got behind big Braden Meeson and let him plow the road like he's done all season.
He's done it all year, Jim. He's been a force to be reckoned with up front. He's going to definitely get some all-district honors for sure. Juju, he'll keep it on the read option to the left, but Weatherford said, we know what's coming at us. It'll be a big loss out to the 35. So now Boswell's going to have a 3rd and 9 here, as we have yet to see Jace Richardson in this one. I do see Richardson down there on the sideline, though. So Richardson is suited up. You always have to be worried that it may just be as a decoy, though. Juju back to pass, looking, throws wide open at the 40-yard line. He's going to be close. I think he got it.
Rhodes got it.
He's got the first down. Is that Peyton Rhodes? It is. Peyton Rhodes on the reception. And that's just been the main target from Juju all season. Oh, they didn't give him it.
Oh, he was a yard
Wow,
short.
they gave him a half-yard short, but I think Boswell's going to go for it here. No, they'll give him a yard short. So some personnel changes here. They're going to actually put in Hummer. So Anthony Hummer in the game. Jace Richardson, number 24, is suited up on the sideline, but may be a decoy just to act like he's available.
What I did see in that last play, though, and I wish I had the replay working, but Lassiter
Sends a man in motion. Here's a handoff, and it's a first down for Lassiter and more across midfield. And a gutsy play call, but they get it first down.
But what I was going to say was Lassiter held a good block to free Peyton Rhodes.
Yeah, Chance Lassiter, he's actually...
Peyton Rhodes was out there in space all by himself. He had tons of room.
Tons of room, and Lassiter can really do it all. He does everything in the passing game, running game, and he's a good blocker downfield. He's definitely a great weapon for the Pioneers to have, especially to protect Juju while he's back to pass. Juju fakes handoff, throws it to left. It's Peyton Rhodes again, got blockers. Another good gain for Peyton Rhodes. He's getting all the action so far in the passing game tonight.
Yeah, they give him 6 yards on that catch. It's kind of what I talked about a little bit is he has got to be the X factor.
Yep.
Or that receiving core has to be the X factor tonight.
Boswell, they're going a little bit of tempo here in this one. Not a lot of time between plays. We're still at 7:05 to go here in the first quarter. Juju hands it off to Lassiter. He's just got all the room to work with. It's going to be another first down. So I'm seeing they're giving him a lot of space
Everything
so far.
on that right-hand side, they're seeing a lot of space out there on the right side of that line.
And you got to think, Jim, Boswell really hasn't been much of a deep threat in the passing game this season. You got to wonder why Weatherford's just giving him so much to work with. So they got Hummer again in the sniffer. So Boswell utilizing a sniffer a lot tonight. Here's Peyton Rhodes in motion. It's a toss to Rhodes. Rhodes around the left side. Peyton Rhodes doing it all outside to the 30. And it's another good gain. It goes down as a pass. Peyton Rhodes, 3 receptions already so far.
Yeah, Peyton Rhodes with a nice pick on 5.
So more personnel changes. Jace Richardson will now check in. Good to see him back into the game.
Very nice to see. Yeah.
It's been 2 games since we've seen Jace Richardson on the field. The leading rusher for Boswell, and he's in here on 2nd and 5. Juju, he'll toss it to Richardson on the first play to Richardson. And Richardson, a good gain of about 2, maybe 3.
There's his helmet on that.
So now Lassiter will come into the game. Richardson will check out as we'll have a 3rd down, and they'll give him, it should be about 4, maybe 5. They'll give him 5. So 3rd and 5. This is a spot in the field, Jim, where it could be 4-down territory for the Pioneers. I would not be shocked if they hand the ball off here, even though it's 3rd down and 5 to go. Juju fakes a handoff, throws it to Rhodes again on the bubble. Rhodes, he's going to get close to the first down. He's got it. Peyton Rhodes, 4 receptions so far on this drive. Already, he's already getting close, I think, to his season high in a game.
2 catches for sure.
So 4 catches so far for Peyton Rhodes, and it's another Pioneer first down out to the 21. Juju throws again. This one is caught.
That's Richardson.
Porter Stevenson.
No, that was
Or
Porter Stevenson. He gets a couple. About a gain of 3. So good to see another Boswell receiver get some work here. And Lassiter will remain in the game at quarterback. I think we just got a replay.
It just popped in all of a sudden.
Yeah, so Juju sacked. The ball's out, though, I think. And I think Weatherford recovered. I don't know what's happening here.
I don't know what's happening.
I think we got screen and screen on our thing here, Jim. Yeah, we had a screen and screen. So what happened on that play? Juju was back to pass, got sacked, fumbled the football. Weatherford comes up with it. So, wow. Weatherford will force a turnover, and we talked about this in the pregame.
Can't do those.
Cannot drive the field. This has really been an Achilles heel of Pioneers, not just this season, last season too. Get together great drives and then come up with a turnover deep into your opposition's territory. And now Weatherford up 7 can do a lot of different things in the offensive game. Curbo will hand it off up the middle to Quimby, and Quimby.
Ball's loose.
The ball's loose. Pioneers fall on it. Let's go fumble. Boswell will get the recovery.
You're welcome, and thank you right
And
back.
that's number 25. Isaiah Nash came up with the football. And I don't think we've seen much of that. Boswell coughs it up. The next play, Weatherford coughs it up.
It's like, here's the replay.
Here is the replay here. So they had a fullback out to the left. They handed it off to Quimby, and that ball came out quick. Oh, yeah, it looked
Rebate
like,
cost.
I think it was 33.
No, it was a rebate right there.
Yeah.
Telestrator right there.
Yeah, we need that telestrator now. So back to pass, Juju looking, scanning, throwing it deep down the field, wide open. Chance Lassiter!
Oh,
Fumbled it!
he dropped it.
So can we get a replay on that?
Let me see.
I'll be interested to see here. Also, no, we're not going to be able to get it, unfortunately. Guys, I don't know. Boswell actually may have got lucky that that ball was called incomplete. I thought he may have caught it and then fumbled it into the end zone, which would have been a touchback.
Ever had good control.
So 2nd and 10. Juju throws to the left. It got tipped at the line of scrimmage, though. It's incomplete. So, wow, Juju Lords threw an unbelievable ball on the seam to Chance Lassiter, and it would have been an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. Now we got a 3rd and 10 from the 33. A lot of chaos so far to start this one here at Pioneer Stadium. Juju in the gun, rolling out to the right. Lassiter with good block. Juju throws on the run, wide open. It's caught. First down, Peyton Rose, touchdown. Peyton Rose, his 5th catch of the night, goes for a 33-yard touchdown, and the Pioneers are on the board. An unbelievable pitch and catch, and Juju Lords is really feeling it so far tonight. I think we've got some issues in the replay game.
It's really
Maybe the 12 seconds.
So Boswell will kick the PAT to tie this one up. And they were handed a trick, or they were handed a treat.
they gave up a trick.
They gave up the trick, and they got a treat back. In a matter of 3 plays, the Pioneers have tied this one up at 7 with 4:21 to go. And guys up here in the booth, this seems like a little bit of a different pace that these games have really had over the last few weeks. This may be a longer game here.
This could be a barn burner.
Over the last few weeks, these first halves have lasted maybe 45 minutes. I don't think it's going to be like that here in this one. These teams are going back and forth. You can hear the band and Pure Gold down here. They are loud here on senior night. Kind of feels like that home field advantage feel a little bit here.
Yeah, stands are about, 50% full.
Maybe they do a little bit of sneakiness too here.
Yeah,
Maybe they have their costumes on.
Boswell has their 2 kickers, and they'll just do the sky kick, which will actually be returned. No, they marked it as a fair catch. So they'll take over the 35. So, Jim, with their quarterback, Cutter Kennedy, not being in the game at quarterback, what have you seen so far from Weatherford? It seems like it's a completely different offense over the last few weeks.
Well, I hate to say it, but they're actually, on that first series, they were winning the battle in the trenches.
Yeah.
Pioneers have settled in a little bit, and maybe they can take control here on this series.
It seems like, though, that the passing game is not as effective with this bunch. Curbo fakes it, will throw it back out to Quimby. Did he lose? It's incomplete. He was bobbling the football.
Man, that's crazy. There's that misdirection again. I thought he was going to throw it to the right.
Yeah.
Turns around, throws it back to the left.
Yeah, they do a lot of trickery, both up front and with their quarterback.
Keeps wanting to go back to that.
Yeah.
So I even started the replay buff.
So Curbo back to pass, looks, throws it to the left. Pioneers all over it, though.
Nice job.
It's a
Nice
gain
job. I think that's Armani Jones, is it? No, Isaac Bandanga.
So it was a gain of about 5 out to close to the 40. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. And Jim, if the Pioneers can get a quick stop here, this could be really, really big for them, especially early in this one.
Yeah, it seems like they're settling in a little bit on defense.
So what should be a passing down from Weatherford, you just never know with this team what they're going to throw at you. Curbo rolling out to the right, looking down the field under pressure. He's going to run up the pass, throw it. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
It was a low pass intended for Jacob Hemphill, and the punting unit will now come out for Weatherford.
So it was defended by number 25, Isaiah Nash.
So I just checked the chat room, and Amy Schneider checks in. There's going there. It actually turns out, she said, it's a funny thing. The Weatherford's quarterback came in to eat before the game and does confirm that he was injured last week. So
Oh,
this
wow.
is a backup quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, so Kerbo is the backup. It looks like, so it sounds like it's confirmed. A.B. Schneider acting like a little Adam
sideline
Schefter,
reporter.
little Adam Schefter here from Red's Barbecue. Some great insight just down the road at Red's Barbecue on Boat Club Road. So this one will drop down inside the 30 and will go out of bounds. Oh, what a great bounce for Weatherford.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to bounce the Pioneers' way for the moment.
So Boswell will take over at the 27-yard line, and for the first time tonight, they're going to have the ball not trailing. And we're still sitting here with 3:18 to go in the first quarter of play. It's just been a lot of possessions here to start this one.
I think Boswell just wanted to give Weatherford a little bit of candy just to start the game and say, hey, thanks for stopping by, but we're fresh out.
So Keith's saying that the Pioneers were just out trick-or-treating, left the candy bucket out for Weatherford to go get some candy. They're back in the house. They don't want them to get handfuls anymore. Here's a pass out to Lassiter, who brings it out to the 34.
Wow, so Lassiter that time, just a little bit of hesitation, stutter step, throws to the defender, and was able to pick up that nice gain.
Yeah, Lassiter's had himself a nice one to start this one in both the run and passing game. Same with Peyton Rhodes. Juju's also been really great in the pocket. Here's a handoff to Lassiter. Lassiter up the middle. And that's something, Jim, he gets the first down here. That's something we haven't really seen the last few weeks. That time, Chance saw that the pressure was there on the outside, and he knew just to cut. He didn't hesitate. He hit that hole perfectly, and he got the first down. No hesitation there from Chance Lassiter. Here's another handoff to Lassiter. Everybody was there again, but you see, he saw the hole, knew to get 2 yards.
Yeah, that time, number 7, Moses Barco for Weatherford kind of came crashing in and sealed off the edge, forcing Lassiter back inside.
But I mean,
Good vision by him
it
to
should
see
have been
the
a
hole.
loss. It should have been a loss. There was a group of kangaroos there, but being able to get 2 there, I mean, these are the type of runs we haven't really seen this season from last year. Juju throws it out to the right side. Another great play call. It's caught for a first down. That
Going
was
to be close. They're gonna.
That was Colton
No, that is.
Coursey.
That's enough. Colton Coursey.
So Colton Coursey gets
Mr.
in on the
Clutch.
action on the bubble screen. And Jim, great play calling from up in the booth. They saw the pressure. They called the passing play on the bubble screen. Just had 2 blockers out there. Got the first down. Now Chase Richardson into the game. He's had 1 carry so far. It's another toss to Jace. Jace, oh, he slipped.
Oh.
The turf monster got him. The monsters, they're out on Halloween. Came out of nowhere. I mean, Jim, it could have been a first down and more. But that Boswell turf monster down there in South Texas got him.
Yep, came right out of the star.
So a gain of about 3, maybe 2. We'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Richardson. Hits the hole hard. And a good game inside Weatherford territory. He's going to bring up 3rd down.
Man, that's the thing I like to see. Jace Richardson in the game against, was it Crowley or?
Yeah, it was Crowley.
Took the hit? Yeah, so took the big hit. Has kind of been off and on the past couple of weeks. Nice to see that burst is back.
And it's good to now see both running backs on the field for the first time. That Lassiter in the game at the slot.
Oh, I love that.
Watch here, 3rd down and 5. This ball may be going to him. Juju fakes it off. It is.
Yep,
Here's
that's
Lassiter.
where
He
it
got
goes.
blockers out in front. Cuts it inside. Lassiter down the field. Nothing but daylight ahead. Can he beat him? He's in. Touchdown, Chance Lassiter. What a play call.
Oh, I love it.
And the Pioneers have taken the lead here on senior night. Chance Lassiter doing it all, young fella.
And I love that play. That was perfectly dialed up. We saw it when they had both of those guys in the backfield and Lassiter's out. You knew the ball was going to him.
Good job, Promo.
Now that one, I'll tip my cap on that one.
Yeah.
I'll rub my shoulders a little bit there.
There you go.
So the high snap here on the PAT, it's blocked. Boswell
Oh.
falls on it. So again,
That hurt,
these
man.
are. Look, I mean, we gotta let's circle this one back to legacy. We remember this legacy game. Boswell missed a PAT, and that point actually really hurt them down the stretch.
Yeah.
That lost point hurt them. Keep
Well,
an
you
eye on
think
that
about
one.
even the Crowley game
Yeah.
where it came down to overtime and a one point
Yeah.
game.
So that is one to keep your eye on. If this one gets close and we have to start talking about 2-point conversions and stuff, Boswell's definitely going to be hoping they have this one back. They're going to need every point possible to win this ball game. They'll kick this one away, and boys, I mean, it is we're nearly 30 minutes into this one, and it's still the first quarter, so definitely a change in pace over the last few weeks. Both offenses, really just a lot of tempo in this one, Jim. Not a lot of time in between plays.
Yeah, it's tough for me to keep up with the camera.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this replay, and I've lost where we're at.
Boswell will kick this one deep, and it'll be returned at the 5-yard line for Weatherford. They got good blockers out in front. A good return for the Kangaroos. I think they'll take over here at the 27.
Hey, we got
Actually give them the 30.
we got a special treat. Talking about giving out treats on Halloween, we got a special treat for you tonight. For those of you that watched the Knights game that we did a few weeks ago when Boswell was in their bye week, Coach Ab came in and actually did commentary for us. He's going to be back with us tonight in the second half.
So Kerbo in the gun. Oh, he lost it. Kerbo's got the ball on the turf. Pioneer, the ball's still on the turf. Kerbo picked it up and threw it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. That is just a heads-up play by Kerbo. And again, Jim, we've talked about this for years. These plays where it's just so chaotic. Sometimes it works for the offense, and it did just there.
Yep.
Can we get a replay on me?
I can.
That was a little bit of a witch's brew there.
Wow. We're going to run out all the puns tonight.
So it is a first down on just one of the weirdest plays you'll see in an offense. And that'll do it for the first quarter here. Boswell leads 13-7 against Weatherford. And man, it's already looking to be a spooky Halloween here at Pioneer Stadium. We'll take a quick timeout here on Boswell Sports.
All right, and this second quarter is brought to you by. Who's it brought to us by, Jim?
Brought to you by All County Property Management.
We were just joking up here in the booth. We think the Pioneers should install a play where they purposely fumble the football. As Weatherford, they didn't purposely do it, but here's a direct snap to Hemphill, who got a good gain of about 6. So
Yeah,
Weatherford,
during the break, we were talking about that play, and man, I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback fumble it 2-3 times, and then pick it up and complete the pass downfield for a first down.
I mean, it could have easily been 2nd and 20 plus on the next play, but they turned it into great field position here. I mean, Kerbo being a backup quarterback to have the wherewithal to make that play, I mean, you just got to tip your cap there. Kerbo will hand it off to Quimby. He's got blockers out in front, too. Those pulling tackles and guards are just so hard to defend. And Quimby, he may have been in. That ball's out.
No, they're going to step him out at around the 1.
Yeah, the
2 yard.
To the 2-yard line. As well, they'll mark him out. And there's actually a meeting here between the officials. They may be talking about the spot. They will say the 2. So Weatherford has gotten a lot of gifts here.
There was a question talking a little bit about playoff chances for Boswell. If you missed the pregame show, basically, Elleril, if I say that wrong, I apologize. You are very correct. Boswell has to win.
Boz has to win.
2 games, and that's it.
That's what it comes down to. Boz has to win.
Yeah, they have to win tonight for sure to keep their playoff chances. Here's a handoff
He's
to
gonna get in.
Quimby. They actually mark him short, Jim.
Wow.
And they're going to give him the inches.
On the carry.
That's a postcard right there.
Deep spot at the half-yard line.
That's one of those plays that nose of the football is. I mean,
That's the what was
you can't even get a foot in between there and the goal line right there.
Who was that referee with the postcard? Gene Steratore.
Yeah, Gene Steratore. Here's a handoff to Quimby. He's in. It's a touchdown. Weatherford has tied this one up, including the extra point. And for those in the comments section that were discussing the playoff scenarios, if you follow the Boswellsports.com Facebook group, there's a few posts in there that can kind of give you a quick rundown. Maybe we can drop a link to that post in a bit, and maybe you can kind of look through it. But essentially, yes, if the Pioneers win the next 2 games, they are in. Just in case something else doesn't happen, there may be one scenario where points do have to go into effect, but that is not tonight. They just have to win tonight. So Weatherford will take the 14-13 lead, Jim, and that's where you just go back to that PAT where that got blocked.
Yeah, I mean that blocked PAT could come back to haunt.
It could come back to haunt the Pioneers on Halloween. And just a quick couple notes that we have here on the Pioneers playing on Halloween all time. This is actually the 9th time the Boswell Pioneers in their history have played on Halloween. They have wins in 1975, 1980, 1986, 1997, and 2008. Their only losses came in 1969, 2003, and 2014. Here's a lower kick that'll be fair caught inside the 10.
At a quick score update, we've got the other one that kind of makes a difference is we got Mansfield Lake Ridge 14, Mansfield Legacy 7 at the start of the second quarter.
Interesting.
Other scores around the region here, we got our sister school Eagle Mountain. They're up 7-0 against Mineral Wells, which is a pretty tough opponent. And then not showing yet, but Saginaw was supposed to be playing South Hills tonight, but there's no score reported on that one. And then, of course, yesterday, Chisholm Trail beat Polytechnic 64-0.
Whew. Fort Worth ISD schools continue and just get the beating from the EMS ISD schools up north. So 10:40 to play here in the first quarter. And Boswell will hand it off to Lassiter, who gets a gain of about 2. And Jim, I mean, Boswell's down 1 point here. I don't think that there's really any panic at all. I don't see any here on this team, and I don't think there even is any reason to panic.
I was gonna say, just slow and steady.
Both teams showing the ability to move the football. Again, this could turn out to be a barn burner.
Yeah, and even the Boswell defense, I mean, they've played quite well. There's just been a lot of crazy plays that just haven't worked in their favor. Juju back to pass, throws it to the left. Oh, that one could have easily been picked.
Coursey, and a rare miss.
Wow. Was that ball a little high?
It was a little high.
I don't think we have a replay there, unfortunately. Yeah, we've got issues on our replay system tonight, so we apologize for that one.
The Gremlins are in the machine.
Yeah, the Halloween demons are here. 3rd down and 8. Juju throws it to the left. It's Lassiter, got blockers out in front, cuts it inside, 1st down and more. Lassiter breaking all the tackles. He's bringing the whole Weatherford team with them.
And the kitchen sink.
Maybe a couple goblins along the way.
Or the whole treat bowl.
I'll say it again. I love when they put Lassiter out of receiver.
Absolutely.
So Juju fakes the handoff, back to pass, throws it across the middle for Peyton Rhodes. 1st down and more. Inside the 20 to the Reds barbecue red zone. Peyton Rhodes, have a night, young fella.
And he comes up celebrating.
That is his 6th catch so far here in the first half. And Juju Lawrence put that one on a dime. That one could have easily been picked off, but he threaded the needle, got the first down. Juju will keep it on the read option. Bounces, no, cuts it back inside. And it's a gain of about 3.
Yeah, Weatherford did a good job there of getting penetration and keeping that play from really developing, because I like when Juju runs the football. Everybody's keying on Lassiter, but that time Weatherford just wasn't bold.
And Jim, I mean, Lassiter being the lead tailback tonight, he's been quite well for the Pioneers. Here's a pass out to the right side, just missed his intended target of Liam Strock. He had him, just missed him, so it'll bring up 3rd down. So now, checking into the game is Jaden Barboza, along with Hummer. So Hummer will be in that sniffer position. I kind of like what the Pioneers are doing with Hummer tonight.
There goes Rhodes back to the left side.
Hummer will now go at tailback with Lassiter. So Hummer may be used just as a blocker here. He's really good in the blocking game. Fake handoff. Juju throws.
Yeah, while he throws.
Wide open. Lassiter dropped it again. Lassiter was wide open. And the second time tonight, Chance Lassiter drops an easy pitch and catch into the end zone. And that's just one, Juju after that first one's probably thinking, man, you got it next time. But that's one Lassiter knows he's got to catch that football at some point, as that is just 2 touchdowns left off the board. So the Pioneers now will bring out the field goal unit to try to take a 2-point lead. And it's a 33-yard field goal. The kick is up. And it is good. So the Pioneers will reclaim the lead here at 16-14 with 8:40 to go, and a great field goal at 33 yards for Boswell.
We haven't seen a lot of Ben Perez tries this year. It's nice to see him get that.
Yeah, nice to see him get an opportunity. But even though Boswell reclaims the lead, Jim, I mean, you got to be thinking that offensive unit is definitely frustrated that they did not come up with 7 there after that drop.
Well, I like the fact that they're maintaining pace.
Yeah, me as well. 8:40 to go here in the first half of play, and this has been quite the chaotic one here on Halloween night. Definitely was not expecting this much firepower.
There's been a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
I mean, we keep throwing the puns out there, but
we'd love to hear kind of your thoughts on this one.
That's
here.
old school Boswell sports.
Yeah. This will be a sky kick, which will be returned at the 32. They don't fair catch these at all. And here's a good inside move in Weatherford. Their return man. Number 10, Ryan Davis.
So far, Weatherford's kind of owned the special teams.
Oh, they have. They've had a lot of great returns. They had that blocked PAT. They've done everything right, and Boswell's notoriously known as a really good special teams unit, especially when kicking the ball off. But tonight, the hands team's not been doing too hot, especially on these sky kicks, which are supposed to prevent big plays like that. So Curbo rolls out to the right. Everybody's covered. Looks, heaves this one up. This is a pickable ball. Incomplete.
Oh.
Dangerous pass by Curbo. That could have been easily picked off by, that looked like Bondaga?
Yeah, Bondaga.
Yeah. So Curbo led his receiver too far. I think he was trying to lead the Boswell DB there. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. So Weatherford will bring out a tight end here. Line up on the line of scrimmage. And look at this, triple stack to the left. Curbo keeps it on the run. Boswell's over.
Nice job,
Aribe. Look at, he gets up and celebrates.
Yes, sir.
The young fella that is a big fella with a big tackle for loss.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy.
A lot of energy, and he's somebody that I just absolutely love on that defensive line for Boswell. He's a guy that we haven't really seen on the Boswell D-line. We haven't seen a guy with that much energy in a long time.
The one that I can think of is Dom Hill.
Yeah, me as well. So 3rd down and long. for Weatherford. Watch out for the screen here, guys. Here's a handoff to Quimby. Boswell's all over
Nice
the great tackle by numbers. Was that 30?
33,
33,
31.
31. Caden Price, another junior, and Weatherford
4th and 13.
should be a punt, but everybody's fighting for playoffs,
Yeah.
so you never know. And it doesn't look like they're bringing the punting unit out. This one may
This is
just
going to be a big misdirection play.
or this could be one of those pooch punts where the quarterback just punts it
Could be.
to prevent any return. We'll see here. 4th and 13 for Curbo. He's actually back to pass. Curbo throws. Intended incomplete. No flags, and Boswell will take over now.
Boy, Isidore almost had him on.
Yeah, he did. Boswell will take over at the 45. And for the first time tonight, they'll get the ball on offense with a lead. Here with 6:58 to go. And Jim, Boswell offense, what have you seen so far tonight here in the first half, and what would you like to see here on this drive?
I like what I see. I like what I'm seeing right now as they've got Richardson back into the backfield.
So Richardson and Lassiter, for the first time tonight, are actually going to be in the backfield together. Lassiter was in at slot that last time when they were both on the field. Here's a handoff to Richardson to the left. He got a gain of about 2.
Yeah, just a lot of traffic there, nowhere to go.
That's sometimes what happens when you add that extra running back to the left, like Lassiter. You just add another man. It could get a little bit congested. And you'll see they'll move Lassiter now out to the slot. I like him in this spot against this team.
I love this formation.
Got to catch the football, though. 2nd down and 8. Juju throws to the right. There's Lassiter. Made sure he caught that ball first. Out to the 49-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. Actually, they'll give him the 48.
Yeah, Lassiter with the stiff arm there.
And it'll be 3rd down and about 2 coming up. I don't think you saw that, Jim. He made sure his eyes were looking at that football all the way in. He was like, I'm not catching that. I'm not dropping that 3 times. So Juju tosses it to Richardson. They've ran this a lot. Richardson's going to get the first down and more. Richardson inside the 30 to the 25. And the first big run of the night for Jace Richardson.
Richardson with 6 games so far this season, over 100 yards. He looks like he's back on pace again.
Yeah, that's going to help him get there. But I'm loving this. I think, again, in this matchup, Jim, having Chance out in the slot helps with Jace in the run game a little bit better. Makes them get their eyes keyed on him a little bit more in the receiving game. They'll hand it off to Richardson. And he's just powering his way through. He got a gain of 1. It looked, Boswell, who lineman, was pulling somebody up. I thought that was Richardson.
Yeah, the Weatherford that time just did a good job of sealing off the gaps and winning that battle in the trenches.
So Lassiter now will move to the left of Juju with Richardson to the right. So 2-back set, 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Richardson. Weatherford was all over it, though. All over it.
Yeah, that was Xavier Oliveros. Just came in on the blitz and did a good job with the open field tackle.
Yeah, so they knew that one was coming. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 13.
Another score update. Mansfield Lake Ridge 28, Legacy 7.
Wow.
That's with just starting the 2nd quarter.
So Juju in the gun with Richardson to the right. Lassiter out in the slot. Juju rolling out, throws. Lassiter caught. He's not going to get the first down, but these are some quality yards here which could put them into field goal range.
Yeah, got that real estate back and gives them a little bit of a chance.
And I think they're going to bring the field goal unit out.
Yep,
I like this call here to go up by 5. It's going to be a little bit of a longer field goal here, but I think you take the points all day. And Perez has shown he's got the leg tonight.
Well,
he's got the ball marked at the 29. It'll be a 39-yarder.
39-yarder. This will be I think this is the longest attempt of the season for him.
Yeah, definitely his longest attempt. For him, I've noticed he struggles a lot in these short field goals, but these longer ones, he drills. It's going to be Boswell that takes the timeout, so they actually may be rethinking this field goal here. The wind is blowing from left to right on the field where Boswell's heading.
Yeah, about 5 to 10 miles an hour.
Which can help for Perez here because he's a right-handed kicker. It's not going to be like if he swings it, the wind's going to push it if he pulls it. But Juju's strapping up his helmet. They may be going for this. I think Coach Weaver was a little concerned of that crosswind for Perez from 39. It is a bit of a long one. And they're going to send the offense back out. It's a tough spot of the field. I think if they had 10 more yards, you say definitely kick it. But with that crosswind and...
Well, and even if you don't make it right on this, you're effectively punting.
Yeah, exactly. So Juju back to pass, looking under pressure, going to throw the screen to Richardson. Blockers out, breaks the tackle. Richardson's got the first down. Blockers ahead. Richardson down at the one.
Wow.
What a yard after the catch, and what a play call from the Pioneers.
Man, that one tackle that he broke,
Woo!
that was the difference between turning the ball over on downs and getting the first down at the one.
And Richardson is the tallest kid in the world, as you see, but man, if you ever see him in person, he is strong.
Oh, yeah.
So first down and goal from the 1. And I think here, Jim, run all the way until 4th down. Oh, there's a late guy coming on. This should be a flag. And it is.
There's a flag. This could be against Weatherford.
So this will be half the distance, which if you're at the 1, there's not much distance you're getting here. So it was offsides. It was one of those weird ones where you usually don't see an offsides called, but it became a safety issue because he was at the same yard line as Juju was. So they kind of had to throw that one there. So first down and goal from, this is inches, guys. Richardson will come out, Hummer into the game of running back. I like this. You're going to use Hummer here as a blocker, as that extra blocker for Lassiter. Here's a handoff to Lassiter. He's in.
He's in.
Touchdown. Boswell will take a 8-point lead, and in pinning the extra point, will go up by 2 scores.
So gutsy call by the Pioneers on 4th down pays off for them. They're in, and they got their bag full of candy.
I think I like it, Jimmy, because if you think about it, even if they got that field goal, they would have went up by 5, and you're talking about a Weatherford special teams that has really returned the ball well tonight. What does a 5-point lead do if they're taking over at your own 45? So the PAT's good. Boswell will take a 9-point lead, which all of a sudden you feel a little bit more of a cushion now as you're up by 2 scores. But with 3:29 to play, a stop here before the half would be massive as the Pioneers get the ball back to start the second half. So Weatherford has got to be thinking this may be must-score territory. As if Boswell were to get the ball back and go up by 16 to start the second half of play, it could be a massively uphill battle for a backup quarterback and Weatherford.
Try something. I have an idea about about doing instant replays. So we'll see.
I've got an idea for a telestrator, and I think it's going to work.
Your whole second half may be totally different.
Oh, guys, if you see some drawings on the screen, woo, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. That will be my treat for the night. I don't even need candy.
Just know that your Boswell crew has been hard at work.
Oh, yeah. We've been the last 24, 48 hours.
We spent an hour today trying to just get...
I love
trying to get drawings on a screen.
I love you guys' intensity here and your passion.
This one will be booted high again. Oh, it's muffed. That picked up. Another great return for Weatherford. My goodness, they've got to stop kicking to this guy. An unbelievable return by Bryant Davis. I think that a call's got to be made. Quit kicking to Bryant Davis now.
To that guy.
And he's not even the lead return man either. He's down at that second level.
There is a flag in the field.
There is a flag down, though. This may be a hold.
First flag of the evening? I think this is the first flag of the evening.
I think it is. That's a
No, second. It's the second. Because they had the man that came on the field.
Yeah, this one is a hold. So Boswell Pioneers catch a break here. And I think now No more kicking to Bryant Davis. No more. If you see number 10, kick it out of bounds instead of kicking it to him. He's got to be close to 100 yards in returns so far. I know that one's going to be taken back with the penalty, but my word, Kerbo will keep it on the keeper. A good carry for Kerbo. So Kerbo on the roster, he's actually listed as a receiver. So he's got the legs, but as you've seen tonight, they haven't really been a deep field or a deep bomb threat in the passing game. But this could all be illustrated here with this bunch formation. They love to go over the top of these tight ends. Watch the seam. Kerbo tosses it underneath the Hemphill. Hemphill around the right side. He's got the first down out to the 50. And that's that misdirection, Jim.
Yeah.
It works out for a first down, and this misdirection has just been a lot of motion with Hemphill. That did go down as a pass as well. So it is a first down. We got 2:26 to play and 25 seconds until the 2-minute timeout. Weatherford's got 3 timeouts, so all the time in the world to make something happen. Kerbo hands off to Quimby up the middle. There's Uribe!
Yeah.
Uribe comes up with a big stop at the line of scrimmage.
2 nice tackles by Uribe.
He's a guy, Jim. I think he's got a lot of potential. If he can put in some hard work this offseason in the summer, I think he could be honestly a valuable recruit heading into his senior year.
Well, here's a quick score update. Our sister school, Eagle Mountain, is now up 21-3 over Mineral Wells.
Great.
If I remember right, Mineral Wells is a ranked team. No, they're not.
No, they're a little bit down this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then also we've still got the Mansfield Lake Ridge Legacy game still is not updated. It's still 28-7 Lake Ridge.
Yeah, Lake Ridge. They are a win tonight for Lake Ridge gets them into the playoffs. So you got to be thinking if there's no playoff seeds.
So that gives you North Crowley, Mansfield, and Lake Ridge
being in. Yep. And
so then that 4th spot is just.
It's up to Legacy, Crowley, and Boswell. And it really would come down to if Boswell pulls off the upset next week against Lake Ridge. But, Jim, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but if Boswell wins tonight, Lake Ridge wins, and let's say they're locked into their spot in the playoffs, is there a world where Lake Ridge rests their starters against the Pioneers before the playoffs?
That's a good question.
It's a thing you got to think about because you do sometimes see like North Crowley may rest their starters
Well,
next
it depends, I think, on who their opponent is that they're looking at.
We'll have to take a look because even if they're like in a 2-3 spot and it doesn't change anything, because Lake Ridge actually is the 2nd largest classification, so actually nothing will happen. Lake Ridge is locked into their opponent.
That was wow. I don't know if you guys just caught that, but there was apparently the clock had stopped at 2:01 due to a timeout.
Wow.
So that wasn't our 2-minute warning.
So Kerbo hands it off to Quimby around the left side. Good intel there from Keith. Now at 1:56 to play, we'll have the 2-minute timeout.
I believe that's what I heard them say was wasn't time. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so it had to have been Weatherford or may have been Boswell.
Well, that's what I keep looking at. It's not updating on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they haven't updated on the scoreboard. Still showing Boswell with 2 and Weatherford with 3.
But I'd like to get back to the conversation,
Sorry about
Jim.
that.
I mean, it's something to think about because if Lake Ridge wins tonight, their opponent for next week is locked in. It doesn't matter what happens next week because they're North Crowley's.
So it can't affect their opponent's seeding.
Correct. Because North Crowley is that top spot in D1, and Lake Ridge is going to be that other D1 team, so nothing matters next week. So there could be a world where Lake Ridge maybe only plays their starters a quarter, maybe. I don't know. 'Cause you see sometimes these teams heading to the playoffs, they do this.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Coach Abb used to do it with some of his guys. He would rest his guys in that last game if it didn't really mean anything. Never really know. 3rd down and 6. Send a man in motion. Here's a handoff to Quimby. Quimby cuts. Quimby big hole, and that is not what the Pioneers needed. Quimby will take it to the house, and it is just identical to that first touchdown he had. And they will make this a 3-point ball game with 1:47 to play.
Yeah, the thing about Quimby is if he can get into that 2nd level, there's a good chance he's taking it to the house.
And I think Boswell is expecting to pass there, but They kind of threw them a different object, and it happened to be a run. So now the PAT will make this a 2-point game. Boswell does have 2 timeouts in 1:45, so there is a world where they can get at least some points before the end of the half. So the PAT is good, and Weatherford will cut the deficit to 2. So now all of a sudden, there's not as much of a cushion, and I hate to bring up an old game of the past, but this feels a little bit too eerily similar of that Legacy game. Legacy had a little itty bit of momentum before half, kind of carried it into the second half. So Boswell would love to capitalize on some type of points here before halftime. Boy, what a showdown it has been.
This has been, well, and just like if you watching the pregame, what did I said that we talked about it, at least 31 points.
Yeah, I mean,
shoot,
it may be 41 at this pace.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're talking. Let's do our math here. 44 combined points between these two opponents in the first half, and we knew Weatherford was this kind of bunch with the way that they play their games, but Boswell has shown that they're up for that challenge to also compete with them in a barn burner.
So just a kind of quick update, it was actually Weatherford that had called the timeout before the 2-minute timeout.
So Weatherford will kick this one deep, and it will be returned. Was that Lassiter? Lassiter's got blockers out in front. Let's see if that was Lassiter. No, it wasn't. It was Hummer. So what a return for Hummer, who puts the Pioneers out to the 39. That's good field position here. 1:39 to go and 2 timeouts.
I know Jim's feeling good, but man, I'm getting cold up here in this booth.
Hey, I feel great. I love it.
It's polar bear weather.
I'm glad I wore a long sleeve shirt.
So I think Boswell would feel safe if they get to the 23-yard line for a field goal. That's kind of their aim here. They got 2 back set. Here's a handoff to Richardson around the left side. Richardson, oh man, if he would have got that hole, could have been something down the sideline. A good run though for Jace Richardson out to the 47 or 46. Excuse me.
Good pickup on first down. Gets them into 2nd and 3, and
I like this. You're gonna go tempo here. Now they can feel the momentum. Here's a handoff to Richardson around the left side. Oh,
face mask. There it is.
Yes.
That is an automatic 15-yard penalty. And if we could see it up here in the booth, I'd say 9 times out of 10 it's going to be called. But
I'm just going to go ahead and put it up there.
Yeah, there you go.
We call that a head turner.
Yeah. Can't do that. Can't do that. So that would be an automatic 15. And now for Boswell, you got to be thinking, maybe you're playing for more than just a field goal on this drive with 1:13 to go and 2 timeouts. Well, place the ball at the 39 of Weatherford. I think that target line is about 16 yards to go at the 23-yard line to feel safe about a field goal. So I don't know why that game clock's running. That game clock shouldn't have been running. Interesting there. Busted play. Juju will be slammed down. I don't know why that game clock was, but that game clock should have stopped. I think Boswell may need to think of a timeout here. We're sitting at 50 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah,
now at 45.
Yeah, 2 timeouts.
2
Why
timeouts.
not take it out?
42 seconds now. A lot of time being burned off. Here's a handoff to Richardson around the left side. Richardson's got blockers. A good gain. I think call the timeout now. And they do. 31 seconds to go.
Now they got to save that last one just in case they get down there for a field goal opportunity.
Now, I don't know what was happening with the game clock up here. It should have been stopped. Quite interesting.
We do have a timeout?
Yes, Boswell called a timeout.
Yeah, Boswell called a timeout. 1 timeout left. So they're going to have a 3rd and 6 from the 35.
And just to remind everybody, even if they don't score, they still come back with the ball in the second half to start the second half. So essentially they're getting 2 series in this one possession.
But it would be nice to go into the house with a 9-point lead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're 3rd down and 6. I think to feel comfortable, Jimmy, you're still 12 yards off, I think. Here at the 35.
Well, he made it from the 39 last time, so that's 6 yards. But, yeah, you're right.
Juju back to pass. Looks, throws to Richardson on the swing pass. He got nothing. So it's going to be 4th down here. Clock's still winding, no timeouts. They may
Just let this one go.
I think, honestly, Jim, they may run this down to
They may run
this down to 1 second and call a timeout, and then take a shot to the end zone. Yeah, 8 seconds here. 7, 6. Yeah, they're going to do that. They're going to call a timeout. I like this from Weaver. They know they can't get a field goal. They know there's no time to even run anything to get in field goal range. They're going to basically run one last shot to the end zone and see if they can get it there. And this will do it. Like, Weatherford won't take over after this play. So this will be the final play of the half.
Yeah, not a bad idea here.
You got to be thinking if that first play on this set of downs would have been better, you probably sit in field goal range.
Number 30, that's Hummer, isn't it?
Yeah, 30 is Hummer.
So he just checked in, and Richardson is just checked out.
So they may be using Hummer here as a blocker in the sniffer. Hummer is we've talked about it. Hummer is a little bit of a better pass blocker than Lassiter, or not Lassiter, but than Richardson is. So I think this is why he's out there, and they've got Lassiter out at the outside receiver. They got somebody checking in as well. So here we go. This will be the final play of the half, and it'll be a shot to the end zone. Juju back to pass. Looking good blocking by Hummer. Juju throws to the end zone. It's a jump ball. Oh, almost caught. Intended for Lassiter. Almost had it, but a tipped ball. It looked like it was tipped by Weatherford. And that'll do it for the first half of play. It has been a showdown on Halloween night where your Boswell Pioneers lead Weatherford 23-21. We will send it over to Jim for the halftime show.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will have the Pure Gold and Band of Gold for Boswell. And then we will have the band and drill team for Weatherford. We're going to step away from the microphones after that. And when we come back for the second half, we got Coach Abs going to join us. So you want to stick around for that here on Boswell Sports.
Blue Bells. Captain Bucky Smith, Lieutenants Lucy Gallegos, Bailey Gouveia, Chelsea Martinez, Emily Tucker, Lily Benini, Meredith Pugh, and Kate King. Social Officer President Marlon Roberts. Social Officers Lucy Bosman, Katie Self, Hayden Strickland, Haley Swellen, and Sarah Zachary Salinas. This week's Belle of the Week, Elodie Hernandez. Belle Spirit Girl of the Week is Gracie Pfeiffer. Miss Highkick of the Week is Lily Menino. Weatherford High School Teacher of the Week is Miss Barr. Ninth grade center Teacher of the Week is Mr. Lane. The featured squad of the week is Squad 6. The Bells are performing upon the team's game time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 45th line. Tonight, for your halftime entertainment, we are proud to present the Weatherford High School Weatherford Marching Band as they present their 2025 marching show, City of Gold. Our outstanding freshman band members of the week are Hannah Wagner from the clarinet section, Joshua Stevenson from the baritone section. Percussionist of the week is 18 Christopher from the drum line. Guitar member of the week is Kaylee Gordon, and the section of the week is the baritones. Now sit back and enjoy the award-winning apex of sound, the quintessence of marching, mighty mob of music, and the pride of Weatherford, the Fighting Room Marching Band, and City of Gold. Washington. The game is led out of the field. Head drum major Alice Scott. And assistant drum majors James Kennedy, Blake Dennis, and Dave Raines. Let's hear it one more time for the Weatherford High School Fighting Room Marching Band. Go Room! And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are implementing the please welcome the sparkle and shine of Boswell High School. The high-kicking, hot-stepping, and always wrestling, Tom Dixie. Here goes Precision Wings team and doing state and national champions numerous times over the past years. Social officers are Eric Shaw, Zachary Martinez, Tiffany Coleman, and Henry Sutter. Officers for the 2025 season are Junior Lieutenant Danielle Besson, Junior Lieutenant Isabella Costa, Junior Lieutenant Kevin Rand, Senior Lieutenant May Trent, and your Major Janina Galo. Your note is under the direction of Amy Hurst and Assistant Director Noelia Albrust. Tonight we want to give a special shout out to our amazing seniors. We love our 2026 seniors. Award winners for tonight are Rookie of the Week, Madeline Yang. Veteran of the Week, Tiffany Coleman. Spirit Member of the Week, Kinsley Teal. And our teacher of the week, Mr. Magic. We hope that you enjoy tonight's performance by the Pure Gold Dance Team. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Boswell High School Weatherford Pioneers. And goes under the direction of Mr. Joshua Stone with assistance from Mr. Stuart Spoon, Mr. Bill Teal, Mr. Tom Orbison, and Mr. Marvin Alexander. Performance success of the band was driven by its middle school leaders and their directors, Dr. Vince Schaefer and Miss Taylor Ely from Lakeside Middle School, and Mr. Scott McLean and Miss Marissa Hamilton from Greenview Middle School. The Weatherford students of the week are the seniors. Well, class of 2026. You've had a phenomenal year. Each section of the week is the grandparents. Thank you, parents, for everything you've done this season to make the Weatherford shine. Tonight, the band will be performing their 2025 contest show, Someplace Somewhere. Drum majors are Mariana Cuellar, Daniel Barrett, and Tiny Mazzaroni. Drum majors, is the band ready? You may now enter the field for your performance of Someplace Somewhere.
All right, what a halftime show by the Boswell Band of Gold and Pure Gold. as we are about 10 seconds away from the second half here in an exciting football game. The Boswell Pioneers leading the Weatherford Kangaroos in a must-win game to continue to keep their playoff hopes alive, leading 23-21 after a Ben Perez field goal. And the Pioneers will take the field first, and they will start the second half. They got to start with a big drive. They got to come away with some points.
Got to come away with points. You know, Weatherford got some momentum before the end of the break with that touchdown from Quimby, his second big run of the night. And Jim and Keith, we talked about in the pregame, Boswell needed to limit the big play in this one in order to win. They've allowed 2 big plays, and honestly, if those didn't happen, Boswell probably is up 2 possessions right now heading into halftime. But right now, they're coming out of the break only up 2. They have got to find a way to stop the big run and stop Quimby. If they don't, it could be an uphill battle the rest of the way.
That is exactly the uphill battle that they have, and it's something that's plagued them all season, is they've got to find a way to stop giving up those big 20, 30, 40, 50-yard touchdowns.
100%, and that's really, again, been the Achilles heel for the Pioneers this year, and it's what Weatherford has used to be in games in district. You know, they haven't won a game, but in district, but you know, this is how they've stayed in games.
So just a couple updates on some scoring across the district. The other game that means a lot tonight, as far as Boswell's chances in, is the Mansfield Legacy game that is currently at halftime, with Lake Ridge leading 42-14.
Interesting.
So that's Legacy's got an uphill climb, and certainly we would love their help, but Boswell still got to go out and take care of themselves. Other scores: Eagle Mountain High School is up 21-3, just starting the third quarter. Saginaw is up 21-0 with about 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Thank you for that, Keith. And just looking at the scenarios for Boswell, that Legacy and Lake Ridge game, thankfully for the Pioneers and their scenarios and their hopes to make the postseason, that scary one of the tiebreaker gets knocked out immediately. That scary one where tiebreaker scenarios and the points, that's going to be fully eliminated. Now it's just going to come down to wins and losses for Boswell. So if anything, that's a good one for Boswell. It's a good thing Lake Ridge is going to handle that one against Legacy, but now they've got to handle business here in the second half of play.
Big question is what adjustments have they made in the half?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure, we talked about it again in the pregame, that Weatherford, they're very well coached. They're going to have a lot of adjustments, so Boswell's going to have to figure it out and make sure that they don't have a repeat of that Legacy game, because this feels all too familiar to that one.
Well, we'll see what kind of energy they come out with, as they had a little bit of momentum there in the second quarter.
Yeah, they did. I was really impressed with Chance Lasser and really how Juju Lord's throwing the football, even Peyton Rhodes in the receiving game. I thought they've all collectively done a really good job. They have both of these running backs of Lasseter and Richardson out, Jim. I love that Lasseter's staying in the slot. And when they've had both running backs in the gun with Juju, it hasn't been as effective tonight as games passed. So here's a handoff to Jace Richardson on the right side corner. Here's a good run for Richardson out to the 41-yard line.
And that's a good start.
Wow, hey, that's a generous spot there. They gave him the 43, so it's a first down and a couple more than I thought.
Good vision that time by Richardson, as he just get outside the hash mark, see the hole, and take it down for a first down.
Lassiter in the slot again. Juju's going to throw across the middle. It's Lassiter. Lassiter's got Green in front of him. Have your night. Chance Lassiter. It's a touchdown. 2 plays. The Pioneers reclaim their 2-possession lead.
Yep, 1-2 punch there by the Boswell Pioneers. And that's the third time we've seen that young man up on the screen. Another touchdown for Lassiter.
Man, Chance Lassiter in the receiving game and the run game tonight has been nothing short of dominant. But also, Juju Lords across the middle. These passes tonight are textbook. I mean, he's threading the needle, Jim. Threading the needle.
Well, and I tell you what, Ben Perez has got more action tonight than he's seen all season.
And Perez's PAT is good. And Jim, with that missed PAT earlier, that PAT was actually important because now it makes it a 2-possession game. If he would have missed that, it remains a one possession game at 8. So big points need to be scored, and now it's a 9-point game. And look, the Boswell defense, outside of the 2 big plays, have honestly had a really good night of containing Weatherford so far.
The other thing is, Hayden, we're going to see if they listen to the broadcast earlier, and if the Boswell Pioneers, who they choose to kick to here.
Yeah, I think
Whoever Baseball Life is said they just heard that touchdown horn.
it's funny. When I used to live over here as well, I'd hear the touchdown horn down by the marina at Harbor 1. That's where I lived, and that's a bit of ways away. That horn can reach distances, and it wasn't the train horn. You knew what it was because it would be. So Boswell.
How'd that go again, Peyton?
Nah, I can't do that again. I've already scared the kids enough on Halloween. So a 9-point Boswell lead. That touchdown came in 30 seconds. One of the quickest drives for the Pioneer offense so far this season. And there should be kicking away from Bryant Davis. He's been their stud, and it's Muff. Muff. Ball's on the turf. Recovered. Weatherford's on it. So they did not kick to Brian Davis, thankfully. They kicked it this time to Robert Mass, the senior receiver, who muffed the kick.
Generous spot, too.
And a very generous spot. So they'll give him the 25. And Weatherford actually, for the first time in a while, won't start out in good field position.
That's what I was just about to say that.
The Boswell special teams making adjustments at the half. Let's see what Kerbo and offense has in store. Here's a handoff to Quimby to the right side. Boswell's all over it. Here's a good tackle there by number 35, Nathan Rosales.
Nate Rosales.
Yes, don't forget that, Pete.
Yeah, Nate Rosales.
Nate Rosales.
He likes to go by Nate.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 6. So Weatherford here, Jim. I think they're going to bunch everybody up. Again, watch out for these tight ends in the seam. There could always be a threat to be in that pass, in the passing game. Here's a handoff to Quimby.
Ooh.
Broke out of a tackle. Big hit.
That
was a bit of a slip, but a nice hit there by number 23.
Armani.
That's Armani Jones.
I don't know who that was that busted up the middle, but I saw the very beginnings of a face mask.
Yeah, I thought that the Pioneers got away with the face mask as well.
So 3rd down and 6 for Weatherford here. Boswell trying to get a quick 3 and out. Gerbo in the gun with Quimby. They have not been afraid to run the football here on 3rd down in this distance all night. Quimby will now move to the right. Gerbo not really been a deep ball threat. They'll keep it a design run with Gerbo. Gerbo a good move inside. I think he's going to get it. So that last second move.
Yeah, that second effort, just lowering his shoulder and driving the man backwards. Picks up the 1st down.
And that's Weatherford just going out of tendencies. They knew Boswell was going to key on Quimby in that run game because they haven't really thrown anything past the line of scrimmage that deep. But instead, they kept it on the ground with the quarterback keeper and Kerbo, and it's a 1st down. 1st and 10. Kerbo fake handoff, back to pass. A lot of time.
All the time.
Kerbo down the field, wide open, and it's caught by Hemphill. And that is what they were setting up all night, Jim.
Well, I don't know if y'all saw that, but the Boswell linebackers didn't get set before that play, so they caught them in the shift.
Yeah, so the tempo for Weatherford is hindering the Pioneers there on that drive. And, I mean, there was no pressure right there.
None. He had all day.
Kerbo had all day in the pocket, and that was the first time that he's really been able to drop back to pass and find somebody deep. But when you run the ball so much like this, like Weatherford does, it's setting up those deep ball passes.
Carving the pumpkin for sure.
So Kerbo hands it off to Hemphill, and Boswell's all over it, though. So that misdirection finally doesn't work, as it's no gain.
Yeah, was that Jones again? No, number 33 for the Pioneers.
Carson's.
Noah Carson's.
Noah Carson's there. And like 2nd down and 10, Jim, I would be looking for a Quimby run here. Quimby has been their guy on 2nd down in this one to try and set up those 3rd down and shorts. So Kerbo and Quimby will go out of the pistol here. I don't think we've seen this formation yet. Nope, they won't go out of the pistol.
Boswell's looking to blitz.
Move into the left. Here's a fake handoff. Throws it to the left.
There you go. Jammed him up.
Boswell's all over it.
Jammed him up, kept him from getting outside, and there he is again, Amani Jones.
Yeah, there was a good tackle there by Armani Jones.
And Armani Jones is being held on the play, too.
And now Uribe will check in at nose tackle. And I think, Jim, this is going to try to set up the pass rush. They know that on 3rd down and 10, this is an obvious passing down. Yeah, Uribe, yeah, he's done. He's juiced, too. He wants it. He wants the quarterback. He's probably saying, Kerbo, I'm going to get you, sir. So we got one-on-one down here at the bottom of your screen. Watch out.
I'm after your butterfinger.
Hemphill in motion. Kerbo rolling out to the right side. Looks, throws on the run, finds his receiver, Hemphill at the 15. He's going to be short. Oh, no, he's got it. Excuse me.
Yeah,
First down.
Mid-level slant across there against Armani Jones. Weatherford first down.
So Boswell went man there and showed the blitz, and Weatherford kind of getting a little bit more comfortable with their backup quarterback here to start the second half. And those are those halftime adjustments that we've talked about. Weatherford, a very good coaching staff. Here's a handoff to Quimby. He's got 2 lead blockers out in front of him. Boswell's all over it, though, again. So as Weatherford has made the adjustments, Jim, in the passing game, we can see the adjustments on the defensive side of Boswell. They're really keying on Quimby here. Everybody's flying to the football. We got a 2nd down and 7 now. They'll move Robert Mass, 6'3", 170-pound wide receiver now, one-on-one on the bottom of your screen. Kerbo will send Hemphill out in motion. Hemphill will roll back, and it's going to be an option play. Pitches it under. All over it.
Nice
Rosales all over it again, and have yourself a night. So they sent Hemphill out in motion, and it was a designed triple option look where it could have been a pitch or an
to
underneath.
his left. He likes the idea inside, so he pitches it to the inside man, but Pioneers just doing a good job of following, coming in and making a good tackle.
So 3rd down and 7 at the 12. I don't think Weatherford has really much of a field goal kicker here either, so this may be 4-down territory. They may run the ball with Quimby and try to set up a 4th down and short. And there is a handoff to Quimby to the left. Quimby breaks a tackle, and that can't happen. Quimby is in for a touchdown, and Boswell had him short of the sticks.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you get a big group like that without a flag coming out for holding.
Yeah, and look, Boswell had a group of Pioneers there, and the Achilles heel all season has been wrapping up, and just not wrapping up there, and Quimby bounces out of it, and he's really carrying the workload for Weatherford tonight. He's in for, again, another touchdown. So Weatherford to kick the PAT to make this one a 2-point game yet again, and ever since that second quarter, it's been more of a back and forth affair between a 9 and 2-point lead for the Pioneers.
Yeah, this may come down to whoever has the football last.
Yeah, it may be. And look, Jim, I think Boswell's offense knows that they're going to have to keep the pedal to the metal here if they continue to not get stops defensively. Do not want to fall behind to Weatherford. As we'll check over to Keith now with some scores around the area. It looks like Lake Ridge is going to
take away from that. They're at halftime, 42-14. Eagle Mountain is taking a more community lead. Well, actually, Mineral Wells is coming back a little bit. 28-16 in the Eagle Mountain Mineral Wells game.
Nice. So Eagle Mountain, they are clinched into the playoffs. At this point, they're just trying to see if they can get into that 2 spot. They are guaranteed that 3 spot.
Hey, Peyton, you said you mentioned something in our group chat that the 3 of us have today that really was interesting to me. Today was Snapshot Day. What was it that you?
Yeah, so it was reported by a good pal of mine, Nolan Ruth, who's got connections over there in Aledo, and they turned in 24:04 today, and that will officially mark them up to 6A for the next 2 years. So that is big implications, not only in football, but all other sports, and it is almost a guarantee that the Pioneers are going to be in their district.
So that's almost
next
like
I would
South
love
Lake Carroll
to see them in South Lake Carroll's district.
So here's a handoff to Lasser. Lasser bounces around the right side. Lasser's got a hole. Lasser down the sideline. Oh, it's shoestring tackle. Oh, he's still on his feet.
Going.
Man, this guy, he's just got all the balance in the world.
Yards.
Chance Lassiter is having himself a game tonight.
Wow. Pioneers like saying, "Oh, you want that attention? I think y'all have my piece of candy too."
So we'll get back to the conversation about 6A classifications after this drive, maybe after this play. So Juju fakes the handoff, throws it out to Rhodes, his 7th reception of the night. Rhodes cuts it outside.
Nice
A
move.
great block, too, that was Porter Stevenson
What about
blocking on the outside.
Number 22.
So we had Stevenson blocking and Corsi.
Yeah, Corsi put a good.
So now
block.
Richardson will check in. Lassiter will get a much-needed break. And it's a first down for Boswell. Peyton Rhodes is having himself one. Juju looks, throws this one deep down the field for Stevenson. He's being held.
Yeah,
No
that
flag,
was
though. Looked a little uncatchable. If it was a little bit closer, I think that penalty may have been thrown. But then you get in the conversation, Jim, of you could always call holding.
Yeah.
You could always call holding, but I think that contact was happening when that ball was in the air. So
What I like to see, though, in this is that they're letting them play.
Yeah, you got 11. Not a lot of penalties so far. Here's a handoff to Richardson up the middle. He got tripped up, and he'll get a gain of 2. Bring up a 3rd down and 8, and I'd imagine
2 yards out from the red zone.
And Lassiter's still not in the game. He's getting a much-needed breather.
breather.
So Juju getting the change of the play at the line of scrimmage. Richardson moves to his left. Juju back to pass. Looks, scanning, throws across the middle. Dangerous ball, incomplete.
Man,
Intended for Peyton Rhodes.
I wish we had a replay. If you look
There is a flag
There's
down.
a flag.
There's mustard on the lettuce, Jim. I think we got a PI.
Jaden Barbosa, though, was out there. There wasn't a man within 10 yards of him.
Let's see the indicate. It is. It's a PI, so it's an automatic first down. And
that does put him inside.
The Reds barbecue red zone.
Thank you for hooking me up on that one.
So Lassiter will check in here. Richardson will stay in. And we haven't seen many of the 2-back set tonight with these 2 on the field. But we'll see it here on first down and goal from the 6. Lassiter moves to the right. Juju hands it to Richardson. Richardson in. Chase Richardson is in the... Wait, what's happened? We have a stoppage. There was a timeout by Weatherford. Oh. Chase Richardson almost got into the end zone for the first time in weeks. And they said, sorry, we called timeout. So with that timeout, we'll actually stay here. We'll talk about...
go with the...
We'll talk about the classifications.
Yeah.
And kind of what that means. And Jim, kind of the landscape of what I was thinking what 6A was going to look like for the next 2 years for the Pioneers. I genuinely thought Boswell was going to be more in that Keller Northwest region. But with Alito joining the realm now, I think it's probably more of a likelihood where Boswell stays with North Crowley, Weatherford, and Alito, and we have a sprinkle of some Mansfield schools or some, maybe Northwest ISD. It may be this region of Northwest ISD all the way down to Crowley, all the way to Weatherford out west. So Richardson moves in motion. It's the same play to Richardson up the middle, and he's down at the 1 yard line. So they ran the same play again as that one before the time or during the timeout.
And I don't think we've ever seen that formation, have we?
Yeah, the 2-back set
to the right of
of
Juju.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot.
Have we?
Yeah.
We've seen this a lot.
Yeah, against Legacy. This one right here. Yeah, we've seen that. We saw that they introduced that against Legacy.
3 in a row.
Touchdown, Richardson. Touchdown. Yeah, so against Legacy, that's when they introduced it, and it started to really come alive. But it works. Chase Richardson is in for a touchdown. And again, we're going back and forth here, man.
And that's okay. Pioneers have the lead as long as they keep trading points. I'm good with it.
But remember, the PAT is huge here to make it a 2-score game. Got to keep it a 2-score game. Ben Perez has become very a reliable figure tonight in the PAT is good. So Boswell is the first one past 31 points.
That marker that I talked about.
And they are at 37. They take a 9-point lead with 4:22 to go. And they just got to limit the big play. That last drive again on defense, Jim. The big play from Hemphill in the passing game was really what set up that touchdown late on that last drive. Well, Weatherford knows with 4:22 left and the dominance of the Boswell offense, they're kind of hovering into a territory where they need to get things going. That's more of a direct at the defense. As we mentioned in the pregame, if the Pioneers win tonight, their chances to make the playoffs jump from 25% to 50% heading into the final game against Lake Ridge in Mansfield.
With the possibility of Lake Ridge sitting their starters next week.
Yeah, with that possibility as well.
Okay, Peyton. So say that the Pioneers do get in. What's it looking like on their first round opponent?
So, yeah, that is something that we will pull up in a bit when we have the next stoppage of play. We'll be able to really get into the nitty-gritty of that, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty to say the least. Here's a good return out to the 36, and man, Jim, they've been. There's a flag down, though. This is likely to be coming back. Probably a holding. So with that stoppage, we'll take a look at kind of what the Pioneers will be looking at. Boswell's going to be D2 no matter what. The classification enrollment size, you look at the Pioneers in the district, they rank third to last in enrollment size, and North Crowley and Lake Ridge are going to dominate that D1. So they've got that handled. Boswell will be fourth place no matter what. There's not going to be a world where they're above that other D2 school. They will have an opening round date with South Lake Carroll over at Dragon Stadium in round 1. So back to Bass Curbo. Sorry to rain on some people's parade. There's a wide open receiver down the field. It's caught. A first down and more.
Wow. Way to hang.
And it's Bryant Davis who has been a dominant force in return game. And again, the big play hurts the Pioneer defense. And that was all set up on that swing play to Quimby that he faked.
Yep, just dropped it in the candy bucket.
The puns are alive tonight. And unfortunately, the big play is as well. Look at this formation here from Weatherford. Misdirection. They'll pitch it to Hemphill around the corner. Boswell flying to the football, though. And a good tackle out of bounds by, that was number 13, Lamar Isidore.
Isidore, yeah.
So, Ailerell made the comment. He said, so what he's hearing is Boswell is going to 5A next year. We've talked to Coach Abb, the assistant AD. There's not a world, even with Eagle Mountain High School coming up, that Boswell will ever go below 6A.
Not yet, at least. Not yet. I think there is a possibility in the future, but no, Boswell's going to be 6A the next 2 years yet again, and they'll likely be with Alito. Here's a handoff to Quimby. He's got nowhere to go. Boswell's all over it. Over eBay. And number 42, that's Austin Lacey.
You know what I think
Picking
needs
up
to
the
happen?
garbage.
I think Justin and Amy need to have a dish called the Oribe.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Remember a couple years ago we talked about them having the turkey leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. Like a homecoming game, turkey leg or something.
Yeah, something like that.
We need to get that going next year. That's
Justin and Amy, get the dish called their barbecue Oribe.
And we need Justin to be the sideline reporter that game.
I'll stop that. You're going to talk me out of retirement?
Curbo will pitch it to Quimby around the left side. He's going to come back for a hold. He got the first down, but this will be a 10-yard penalty, it looks like.
Was it Oribe that got held?
Yeah, I think so. He's talking. He's like, bro, you can't do that. It is a hold against Weatherford. So this is where here for Boswell, Jim, it's going to be a third down and long. They need to get a stop. Don't allow the big play. You can't allow the big play. The big play has kept Weatherford in this game.
And this is kind of the situation where you see it.
Yeah. Third down and 16, and they're not going to bunch everybody up. I mean, maybe they will. But they've got all their weapons on the field. Brian Davis, Hemphill, Quimby. And you also got to think about when it's 3rd down and 14, Jim, this is always a spot where you have to look for a screen, a little tunnel screen underneath. And here it is.
Right there.
There's that screen. Good yard after the catch out to the 30, and that's why they did it. Now they've got about a 4th down and 6 instead of 8, or instead of 14.
Yep, Ondonga there for the Pioneers.
So now 4th down and 6. This becomes probably the biggest play of the game for the Weatherford offense. With 2:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Turbo with Quimby. They've shown the ability to pass the rock here in the 2nd half. Curbo rolling to the right side. Looks, throws on the run. This one's caught. It's a 1st down. What a grab by Hemphill. I mean, my word, to be able to keep your feet in bounds there while the ball's going out of bounds. And it's a 1st down again for Weatherford on 4th down. I think they're perfect tonight, Jim, on 4th downs.
Yeah.
So Lake Ridge is now up 49-14 over Legacy.
Wow. So that is actually good for the Pioneers if they were to hold on here. Here's a delayed handoff to Quimby to the right side, but Boswell's flying all over. He's not going to get. Oh no, he did. A gain of about 4 there.
But here's these little niche plays that we talked about in the pregame that Weatherford has a tendency to bring out.
Yep, and then they set it up. They set up those deep those little delayed plays, those trickery plays for something over the top, and we've seen it on the last 2 drives here in the 2nd half.
Yeah.
So 1:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd down and 6 from the 17.
Love to see a turnover in this series.
Sniffer to the left. They'll send 2 guys. That's a flag. Yeah, there's 2 men in motion. They'll actually call a false start.
Yeah, false start.
I was gonna say it was set up by the Boswell rush.
Yeah.
Rhett Gray out there on the edge. Left tackle, I think, moved a little bit early.
So that could have been actually a lot of different
Weaver's
penalties.
not happy. I think they're going to be.
What's the?
Are they going to call offside?
There's a huddle.
No, but Weaver just said he's going to decline. So I think they're going to call offsides. Weaver's going to decline, and that'll put him at 3rd and 6.
So it's a false start.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe he is going to take it.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to take it because they didn't run the play. So we'll be 2nd down and 11. But that could have been 1 or 2 ways because they had 2 guys in motion as well when the ball was snapped. Could have easily been a legal motion. So now they'll bring out the big boys and they'll put their skill set guys back in with Bryant Davis. This number 10, he's a sneaky guy over there.
Yeah.
Here's a keeper by Curbo to the left. Curbo's got a block. Curbo spins, still on his feet.
There's a flag.
There's another flag. He's right at the sticks. This may be on the Pioneers. Let's see the indication from the white cap. Can we get on the white cap?
I don't know. I didn't see any Boswell penalty.
So here is the white cap here.
Holding.
And it's another hold against Weatherford. So the penalties continue to tack on. I mean, they're taking 9 steps forward, 10 steps back.
But the big thing is they continue to run the time off the clock.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we're sitting here at 46 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but Weatherford, again, I mean, these are costly possessions that they need to capitalize on. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and give it 18. They'll send Hemphill in motion. Curbo rolling to the right. Curbo looks to the end zone. Wide open is Hemphill, and it's a touchdown. Pitch and catch. Wide open. And that has just, again, the big play. The big play again for the Pioneers. It's the whole reason Weatherford's still in this football game. So something's got to give here in the 4th quarter. Boswell's putting together meticulous drives, and Weatherford keeps shooting themselves in the foot, but makes up for it with the big play. And the PAT is good.
Weatherford's given Boswell every reason to win.
Yeah. Pioneers are going to have to step up defensively and limit the big play if they want to survive here. You're putting a lot of pressure, Jim, on your offense. forcing them to get a score, and even at this point, a touchdown on every drive.
Yeah. I mean, like we said earlier, it may come down to who has the football.
And look, we said it earlier. We said 31. It may be 41. We said it may be 41, and now it's looking like
it could be 50.
It could be 50. I mean, this is a back and forth affair that we love here up in the booth. And I know everybody's not happy about it.
No.
It makes life a little bit stressful.
Yeah, it could be the last team with the football or the last team to get a stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which we haven't seen a whole lot of those.
So getting ready to kick this one off. Oh, no, it's an onside. Onside. Oh, Boswell can pick that up. Who was that?
There's a flag.
So, the kick was out of bounds. Nathaniel Thesita. If Jim, he wanted that to go out of bounds. If he picked that up, there was nobody in front. He could have scored. Not a bad play by him, because they're going to be in Weatherford territory with the kick out of bounds. But, whoo, man, Weatherford ran without the football. So they actually call an offsides on the kick team for Weatherford. The penalties decline, and then there's a second penalty with the kick out of bounds. So it'll be first down Boswell. So there was 2 penalties. One was declined. And the Pioneers accept, and they will take over at the Weatherford 45. This is a gift, Jim.
Yep.
This is a gift. You've got to capitalize now for the Pioneer offense. Got to go get 6. Or in this case, we need 7. So 2-back set. Juju hands it to Richardson. Good block by Lassiter. Richardson just showing off the speed. Out to the 38. Wow, what a... No, they'll give him the 39. I was about to say, that was a awkward spot there. And that will likely do it for the third quarter of play.
No, it was out of bounds.
Yeah, he ran out of bounds. Second down and 6. Juju back to pass. Looks, throws across the middle. It's Peyton again. His 8th grab of the night is a first down, and Jim called it in the pregame.
Hayden Rhodes.
That'll do it now.
The X Factor.
That'll do it now for the third quarter of play. The 4s will come up, and the Pioneers lead by 2 over Weatherford. We have a showdown here on Boswellsports.com. Get everybody and your family, everybody off of the streets, trick-or-treating. Turn on the game now. We're heading to break here on Boswell Sports.
Put the candy bucket.
Yeah, the candy's gone.
Put the candy away. This is the real treat.
Candy's gone. TV's on.
That's right. So I got an interesting stat for you guys whenever we come back. I just went back, looked at all the scores. 64.
Braden Neeson.
Yeah, Braden Neeson.
Oh, that's right. So, Jim, who's this fourth quarter brought to us by?
Sandy's Action Photography.
Tell us more about Miss Sandy.
Oh, Miss Sandy, she's got all those wonderful shots she'll see this weekend on our Facebook page. And she can translate those into bar mitzvahs, birthdays, weddings, senior pictures, and more. Sandy's Action Photography.
So, people have probably heard me say I've got a stat for you guys because I wasn't thinking. But what do you guys think is the most number of points Weatherford has scored this season?
42. Here's a handoff to Richardson. He's going to lose yards, though.
Yeah.
Lost about 2. 42.
Okay, Jim, what about you?
49.
You are actually on the button.
Was it last week?
No, it was 3 weeks ago, I think it was. 4 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, they got a high-powered offense, and they're doing this tonight with a backup quarterback. We got to remember this.
That's true.
So Boswell's going to have a second and long here on the loss of yards from Richardson. They'll move Richardson to the left of Lassiter. Here's a handoff to Lassiter up the gut, and he just hit that hole hard out to about 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up a third down. And in the next stoppage, Jim, I think I'm going to give you a little bit of a prediction of what I think the district's going to be the next 2 years. I think I have an idea of what it's going to look like.
Well, I hope it's not Alito.
I think Alito is unfortunately going to be back with the Pioneers. The reunion is settled in. Juju back to pass. All the time in the world. Heaves us to the corner. Jump ball. Incomplete. Intended for Porter Stevenson.
Porter Stevenson.
And it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. And man, Jim, with everybody down the field and all the time, I mean, I would have loved for Juju just to tuck that one and run there.
Yeah.
And get the 1st down. So it's going to be 4th down and 8. Boswell's in a spot where they could kick the field goal, but they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
This is a big play. All of a sudden, the Pioneers need a 1st down. They'll send a man out in motion. Juju looks. Going to throw the screen to Lassiter. Ran into an offensive lineman. Can he get it? Lassiter's got the 1st down. 1st down aboard the 5. He's in. He's in. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Chance Lassiter. What a night.
All right.
What a night for Chance Lassiter. Have yourself a game, young fella. So now the Pioneers, again, this is an important PAT to make this a 2-possession game. Can't miss it. Good snap, good hold. The PAT is good. So Boswell will again reclaim their 9-point lead, and we have a shootout, 44-35 here at Pioneer Stadium. And Jim, I unfortunately am going to rain on the parade a little bit. I think this is going to be what the district is. I'm going to let you know here in a second. So Jim, the district, I think what's going to happen the next 2 years, I think it's going to be Boswell, Aledo, Weatherford, North Crowley, and the 3 Mansfield schools from this district.
Throw in
so here's
Northwest
here's my thing. If it's not those 3 Mansfield schools, then it's going to be those 3 schools from Northwest ISD.
Yeah.
If that is a big if, Northwest goes into 6A, which I don't know if they're going to get into 6A. So, they're not in 6A. So I think it's going to come down to that. I think it's going to be those 3 schools, but I think Boswell, Crowley, North Crowley, Aledo, and Weatherford are all 5 going to be together. And it's really going to come down to, is it up on 35 or down on 35?
As long as you don't have to go to Mansfield.
Yeah. So Pioneers will kick this one away, but I mean, Jim, even with there's a good bounce. Boswell can fall on it. They don't. Weatherford gets it. That was dangerous. Pioneers could have easily came up with that football, but Weatherford will now take over inside their 14-yard line.
Flag down at the 37-yard line? What is that?
I think somebody left some mustard.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there is.
And it's going to go against.
It's against Weatherford.
Wow.
I mean,
Weatherford is saying, please win. We want to go. We don't want to taste victory.
This is 2 gifts in a row for field position for Boswell. You just had one on offense. The defense has to capitalize here. You cannot allow a 93-yard drive for a touchdown. Curbo will keep it on the run, and Curbo, a big gain again. I mean, the big play is just hurting the Pioneers tonight. A gain of 14.
Yeah, that time just right up the gut.
Everybody's keying on Quimby, and Curbo's capitalized. Quimby hasn't had a lot of runs here in the second half.
Well, the past few that he has had, they bottled him up.
Yeah. 1st down and 10 from the own 21 of Weatherford. 3 receivers out to the right, none to the left. Curbo throws. This one's caught by Hemphill, his leading target, and another big 1st down yard after catch. Out to the 35. I mean, these are 2 big plays. They've turned a spot at the 7-yard line to at the 35 in just 2 plays. 2 gains of 14. I mean, Boswell's going to have to step up here. They're giving Weatherford everything. Curbo hands it to Quimby. Boswell's all over again. Rosales, he's having a game.
Good stop that time by the Pioneers. Keep Quimby from breaking a big one.
So I think Boswell's saying, you're going to beat us with the big play, but we don't want that big play to be Quimby because he can show that he can get a 60-yarder. We'd much rather that be a 20-yarder. Sniffer to the left, hands it off to Quimby again, lead blocker. Boswell's all over. He's got it.
Make it.
The pile carried him past the line, the first down marker. And it's a first down with 9:09 to play.
Keep rolling that clock.
Keep it rolling. And Weatherford knows they're going to need a score probably by before the 6-minute mark, I think. 5 or 6 minute mark to feel comfortable. They're taking all the time in the world. Look at this. Hemphill now in the Wildcat formation with Quimby. Hemphill will keep it. Can't find anything. Reverses field. Hemphill around the right side. Good tackle there
Good job
by number 21, Isaac Bondonga. And that was just a great job by the defense.
If he breaks this on Bondonga, that goes for a lot more.
So the DBs tonight for Boswell, Jim, they've really stepped up and tackled well in space. Second down and 10 from their own 46, 8-16-15 to play. We're still rolling. And they're taking a lot of time in between these plays, Jim.
I don't know. Does that shock you, Peyton?
A little bit. I mean, I think they would go a little bit quicker than this.
Comes a blitz.
There's a handoff to Quimby. Quimby, a big hole.
Yep.
He didn't get the first down, but he got it into Pioneer territory, where it'll set up a third down and about 3.
Man, that's a danger of blitzing those linebackers like that. Quimby gets through that first line, that first zone. He's got a lot of room in front of him.
And he's done it twice tonight.
So in the chat room, James Pippin says he doesn't think that Northwest would ever go away from the killer schools, Trinity, South Lake Carroll.
Here's a handoff to Quimby again. Quimby's going to get the first down. So Legacy is rumored to be dropping down, and Lake Ridge and Mansfield stay at. So yeah, I mean that could easily be the replacement where it's still Legacy or it's still Mansfield schools, but. I mean, again, it could be Northwest. So you really don't know what's going to happen with these 6A districts.
Yeah, because you've always got that dark horse in Halton out there.
Yeah, exactly. But I do think that it's going to be Boswell, Weatherford, Aledo, Crowley, and North Crowley. I think that's a given at this point with how those schools are going to be 6A. They're just too close to each other. Cinnamon in motion. Curbo, fake handoff. Got pressure to the right, rolling to the left. Pressure again. He's going to reverse field. Curbo's making something out of nothing. These are great blocks by his offensive line. It's going to come back, though. Yep. It's a hold. Curbo will keep it and run out of bounds. So that was actually a smart play by Curbo to not throw it down the field and risk getting a pick because he knew there was a hold. My word. And this is
a quick timeout.
This may not be a hold on, Keith. This may not be a hold. This may be an illegal blindside block by the offensive line of Weatherford. We'll see.
Zoom in on the white hat.
I can't see. Jim? Yeah, I think they called an illegal blindside block.
Well, it was against Weatherford.
Yeah, so it is against Weatherford, and we will now take a timeout here on Boswellsports. Oh, he's coming.
Quality place to be 40 for yard line. There's first and long.
Man, that is first and a long way to go.
So it was that illegal blindside block because it was a 15-yard penalty. So Weatherford will now have first down and 25 from their own 43.
Well, they had first down and 20-something a couple series ago and scored.
And so I don't get this. Why is the clock stopped? Earlier they ran it when the Pioneers had. I don't know what's happening up here, guys. Back to pass is Curbo. Under pressure. Rolling out to the right. Looking downfield. Throws on the run. And it's incomplete. But this is going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Pioneers.
Oh, Armani.
Wow. Armani Jones can't believe it, and I have to agree with him.
Watch the replay. Sorry.
Do we have replay capabilities? Or
not on this one, but over there.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think that was great coverage. Wow. I think that was just.
Talk about.
I think it was good coverage. He was all over him. And wow. So 15 steps forward, 15 steps back for the Pioneers. And we'll now go 1st and 10. So we've gone 1st and 10, the 1st and 25, and now back to 1st and 10.
Yeah, it looked like Weatherford was going to be in a little bit of a hole, and the Pioneers pulled them out.
Pioneers gave him another gift. That's really been the story tonight for the defense. A lot of gifts here and treats on Halloween. Curbo throws across the middle. It's Davis who's got the first down. Brian Davis. No, not Brian Davis. Excuse me. That's Robert Mask. He's got the first down. The clock will continue to roll. I think they will feel comfortable if they can score in that 5 to 6 minute mark, and they're hovering in that range. Curbo with Quimby. They'll hand it off to Quimby. Quimby. He just can't get anything going here in the second half. Boswell has really keyed on Quimby here in the second half. Now 5:53 to play. Weatherford taking their time. They're not stressed yet, down by 9, as they do have 2 timeouts still. But you got to be thinking, if it gets down to that 3 minute mark, they may be a little uncomfortable. But remember, they do have the 2 minute timeout. Quimby out in motion. Curbo fakes it to Quimby. Looking down the field. He's got all the time again. Now he's going to step up in the pocket. Rolls out to the right. He's going to heave it up to Quimby, who's stripped. Ball's out. Boswell falls on it.
Yes,
The Pioneers recover. The Pioneers recover. What a strip. That was number 21, Isaac Bondonga, who stripped it from behind.
And Armani Jones came up with it.
Just the turnover the Pioneers needed with 5:20 to play. And a 9-point lead.
Oh, I wish I had replay on that one.
I mean, that was, Jim, you want to talk about that play a little bit?
That's huge. That's huge with 5:20. Now the Pioneers just slow the pace down. Don't make any mistakes. Don't turn the ball over. Try to come away with some points and put this one to church.
And I mean, Jim, Curbo made a good play on that. He scrambled, made some time. He dumped it over to Quimby, who was going to get a first down. But Bondonga, who was coming up to sack Curbo, came back from behind and stripped it away from Quimby. Just unbelievable. First down and 10. Juju hands it up the gut to Richardson, who's got the first down.
There you go.
And that's just what you needed to start the drive.
That's it. Just keep pounding the rock. Keep picking up first downs. Run that time off the clock, and let's take this home.
So now at the 29-yard line, clock will roll. We're at 5:09 to go. Now Weatherford, down by 9, is in a really, really unfortunate spot. And we've got a timeout on the field. We will take one as well here on Boswell Sports.
Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake, kosher weddings full of love we make. The senior smiles, friends so true, every shot is just for you. So only you just live it, she'll come through, capturing the moment so you don't have to. Sandy's Sandy's action.
So we just want to mention real quick, Jackson Zishang. Keep him in your prayers as he was injured.
Good run from Lassiter.
Yeah, good one for Lesser. He was injured a couple of games ago, actually broke his back. And so we wish that young man a good, speedy recovery.
So we have another timeout on the field, and we will take one as well here on Boswell Sports.
That's
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make a choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
right. So back out of the timeout again. 4:50 to play. Boswell has a 2nd down and 3 coming up. Leading by 9 over Weatherford. Hummer now in the game at tailback, the 3rd string back for the Pioneers. Juju will hand it off to Hummer. Hummer trucking his way along. He'll get a gain of about 1. Gonna bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Here comes Lassiter back in.
And Lassiter will check back in here for a 3rd down and 2. With 4:05 to play here in this one.
Amy says, let's kick some Bearcat booty.
But are they going to create the Oribe dish?
So it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Pioneers. Juju hands it off to Lassiter. Lassiter's going to try to push the pile. I think he got it.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Keep still
He's
going.
still on his feet.
Tush
Oh, my
push.
goodness.
Wow.
The tush push prevails.
That's 10 yards of extra carry.
That's 10 yards of tush push.
Wow.
And now it's at the point Weatherford's going to have to start thinking about using their timeouts here. With 3:21 to go, they have the 2-minute
They have 2
timeout.
left.
They have the 2-minute timeout to use, in their back pocket. So they technically, even though they don't have 3, they have 3. But I mean, they
can get this down to about 2:45 before they snap it.
Yeah, I would not snap it until about 3 on the play clock. They're up there on the line of scrimmage at 8 on the play clock. Juju taking his time. He'll snap it with 3 on the play clock. Hands it off to Lassiter up the middle. Lassiter spins out of it and dropped down.
Horse collar. That's what I saw.
No penalty there. It's a gain of 5 for Lassiter. And now Richardson back in. So Richardson back in the game. 2:40 to go. And Jim, if Boswell gets a 1st down here on this set of downs, Weatherford will likely call a timeout after it. But I mean, I don't know if they're doing themselves any favors here. They may call their timeout after this play. You got 2:20.
About 8 seconds, 8-second differential.
Yeah, I would imagine they're going to use a timeout after this if they get a stop here. 1st down with Juju. Here's a handoff to Richardson, who's bottled up, breaks out of it, but he'll still lose about 3 yards. And now Weatherford will call a timeout with 2:02 to play in this one, and they still have that 2-minute timeout after. So they're not out of this yet, Jim. This game is not over yet. Pioneers can smell it. We have to remind you, the Pioneers needed to win the next 2 games to make the playoffs. So looks like Operation 1 is close to being accomplished.
So one at a time.
But next week's going to be a tall task against the second best team in the district.
12, it's at the start of the 4th quarter. Score has not changed. Lake Ridge 49, Legacy 14.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you that that game next week is going to be a tough one for the Pioneers. But we do have to remember, Lake Ridge is not going to have anything to play for. There's a chance they rest some starters next week, and
hey, that'd be all right with me.
That would be great for the Pioneers. But it's going to be a tall task. They've got a lot of great studs on their team, a lot of prospects. Pioneers are going to have to come out and really punch them in the mouth early and play their best game of the season, I think.
What are they meeting about at this convention?
So I think they're going to discuss that they've got 1 2-minute timeout left. And after this play, they'll
they've only got 1 timeout left.
Yeah.
I thought they had 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they've got 1 timeout left, but they have the 2-minute timeout in their back pocket, which is about to happen. Juju will hand it off to Richardson up the middle. And Richardson
more push.
They'll give him the 46, and now with 1:56 left, the 2-minute timeout will happen, and the Pioneers are definitely going to bring the punting unit out.
4th down and 2.
4th down and 2. I mean, you go for it and you get it, you win the game, but do you take that risk and even give them a window?
You're 9 points, right?
Yeah, I don't.
You have to go.
Weatherford has to score twice.
Yeah, I would punt it. I'd make them go the length of the field twice.
Right, because they'd have to get a touchdown with a 2-point conversion,
Well, they don't need the 2 point. They just got to get a touchdown because they're down 9. They would get the touchdown PAT, and then they can just get a field goal and win. But, I mean, it looks like the offense is going to stay out. Maybe. No, they're going to punt. That's a smart decision. Make Weatherford go the length of the field with only one timeout.
Who do they put back there? 10?
Oh, yeah. I mean, why would you not? Here's
what I think. Even if they score on this, Boswell can only stop the ball one more time. So even if they do score, we're under 2 minutes.
Weatherford is not. They don't have a return man. They look like they were going for the block, and it's a good punt for the Pioneers. Get on it! Wow, that is exactly what you needed. Down at the
5-yard line,
and it's a big mountain now for Weatherford. Minute 48 left, down 9. They got to get 2 scores with one timeout, but I mean, they got 95 yards to go here, Jim.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. I mean, and Jim, you got to think about it too. If they get in field goal range with, say, a minute left, they may go on the ball quick and kick the field goal so they can get the onside
try
quick.
the onside kick.
So you got to take that into account.
A quick snap again, like in the last series.
Pioneers going to have to limit the big play here. Kerbo, obvious passing down in his own end zone, throws it across the middle.
Intercepted!
Ball game over. It is number 2.
That is John Morales.
John Morales. Ball game over. The Pioneers' playoff hopes remain alive.
Look at Coach Haskell.
Haskell just destroyed Morales, and Haskell's running off the field. Haskell. Haskell's running away.
I love that.
He's got the turnover chain. Look at this. Here we go, Jim. Turnover chain on Morales. Crown him.
On the water balls, too. I love it.
Water jug.
I love
water
it.
Jug, watch out. Watch out, Jug.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
Jeremiah Featherson with a terrible bucket dump. But some people did get wet. First down. Hand off to Richardson.
That's going to run it.
Yeah, and loss of 1. Pioneers are going to win this football game. What a game.
Jim,
Yeah.
so I got to ask you, while we're in this,
Yeah.
could you have ever envisioned such a emotionally charged final game at the Boswell Hall?
No. Especially not after last year.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
What a send-off, sir.
Yeah, what a send-off for Jim. The Pioneers are going to win. And not only that, keep their playoff hopes alive. They now sit at 50% chance to make the postseason and have a date with South Lake Carroll. So 3rd down and 9. We're all hoping for that date. You always got to try and beat the Giant.
And if they do match up against South Lake Carroll, they got to go there.
Yeah, they got to go to South Lake, which for the team, not great, but for us in the booth, I ain't complaining.
One more deal down. There's a 10-second differential.
So this will be the final play of the game. Jim, should be the best formation in football coming here, but let's see if they actually kneel it. And they'll actually hand it off. Lassiter reverses field. That'll do it. That'll do it. The time will run off. And your Boswell Pioneers on senior night pick up a massive win to keep their playoff hopes alive. They defeat Weatherford 44-35. But it does not stop here. A big time bout is coming next week against Lake Ridge.
What an awesome game.
We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this game.
Well, the post-game show.
That was post-game show. Yes, sir.
If you're a fan of classic rock and tired of hearing the same old songs over and over, You need to tune in to thezoo.net. Thousands of songs in the library. Radio like it used to be. Radio as it should be. It's on the internet 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and it's free. The best classic rock of all time. It's thezoo.net.
The internet's best classic rock. The Zoo.
Post-game booth.
Welcome back to Boswell Sports, and man, what a game, guys. The Boswell Pioneers come out on top 44-35 over the Weatherford Kangaroos in a must-win game. And they got one more ahead of them. Of course, it's a big task. Next week as they travel to Vernon Newsom Stadium there in Mansfield, and playoff hopes are still alive,
Still
baby.
alive, man. Still alive. And that next date next week is going to be winning, you're in.
Yeah,
that's all it comes down to.
You checked off that box you needed tonight. You got the win, and man, I tell you what, it was a shootout, and we thought it was going to be a shootout coming into this game. Weatherford with pretty good offense, and but the Pioneers with the better offense, showing why they were ranked ahead of the Kangaroos coming into this game.
You know, Weatherford really put up a good fight, I thought. Even with the backup quarterback, their offense didn't lose a step and really put the Boswell defense on their toes. And look, next week is going to be the biggest test yet, I think, for the Boswell defense. You know, North Crowley is their toughest opponent that they face, but they got to have a dominant, historically good game from their defense to pull off the upset next week.
So with this win, Peyton, you said that their percentage goes up to from 25% to 50%.
Yeah, it does. It automatically does. Their playoff hopes have increased to 50%, but that does not mean that they are the best chance out of those remaining teams to make the district, to make the playoffs. Weatherford is now officially eliminated. We can cross them off the list, but everybody is still alive. Crowley is still alive. Legacy still alive. Boswell still alive. And we got to remember, even if all three of these teams, Legacy and Crowley, if they were to all finish with 2 wins, let's say Boswell doesn't win next week, let's say Legacy doesn't win the week after, and Crowley doesn't beat North Crowley, which is they're not gonna beat North Crowley.
Right.
But in a 3-way tie, the Pioneers can't get in. They can't get in due to the tiebreaker rules. Crowley, I believe, has a 9-point win over Legacy. Boswell's win over Crowley was only by 1. So in a 3-way tie, the Pioneers won't get in. So they have to win next week to get to 3 wins and fend off Legacy and Crowley. But I just keep thinking back to that game against Legacy, Jim. They handled that Legacy game. We're probably talking a little bit differently tonight.
So it's interesting. I think Mansfield Lakeridge may be on what you were talking about, seeing their starters, because their score hasn't changed to 2 quarters.
Interesting.
So it's still 49-14. Just another score to talk about that's not in our district, but is our sister school. Mineral Wells is turning around to making this a good game. It's 35-30 Eagle Mountain with about 2 minutes left to go in the game.
If we get out of here quick enough, maybe we can go to broadcast overtime.
I think it'd take me longer to set up.
We'll just go with phones, Jim. We'll do the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Look at Coach Weaver. One more game.
Yep.
One more game.
It's a tall task, too, but, I mean, this bunch, they've come out and faced tougher opponents, I think. They can go get it done. They're just going to have to – look at Oribe down there just feeling himself. I mean, they're going to need to play their best game of the season next week. It's for all the marbles. It's for the season and the seniors. If your seniors want to have one more test and make the playoffs, got to go win.
Yeah, well, like we said, each week now becomes a playoff game for the Boswell Pioneers if they want to keep their hopes alive. And this was a good test, good game for them. I thought they fought hard. I would have liked to seen them clean up some stuff on defense and, stop some of those big plays that have kind of plagued them. But overall, the offense did a good job in answering Weatherford. And, of course, these kids walk away with the win.
Just a great win, Jim, by by Boswell. I will say, I think the Pioneers, outside of that last punt on offense, scored on every drive.
Yeah.
They scored on every drive outside of that last punt.
Well, the turnover was huge.
And
The turnover was huge.
And when Juju fumbled the ball.
Yep.
So those were the only two possessions they didn't get any points, and I think that's a testament. I thought everybody on offense played an unbelievable game. They did a heck of a job.
Well, speaking of which, I saw that Keith rolled the player of the game banner there. And Keith, what did you see from behind the computer screen?
A lot of back and forth, man. I was pushing buttons like I've not pushed in several weeks. So, it just from behind here, you can't discount the importance and the impact that Lassiter had this game.
Yeah.
You cannot, without Lassiter, this game is a loss.
100%. I have to agree.
I can't see them winning any other way. Because Richardson's still not back to full health, right?
Yeah, you can tell, I think.
And so without Lassiter pushing the buttons and pushing hard, it's just there's not a game. So my offensive player of the game is obviously going to be Lassiter. And for my defensive player of the game, I'm going to go just because it was so important is John Morales, that last play of the game, the interception. I'm going to give him the defensive player of the game.
Okay. And Peyton?
Yeah, I have to agree with Keith. I thought Chance Lassiter was really the answer in all of the phases tonight for the offense. I thought he was a threat in the run game. He was absolutely dominant, hit the hole strong. It was probably his best game, I thought, of the season, of identifying the hole and not hesitating. He's had that tendency to really hesitate this year, and he went for it. And in the passing game, he was just unbelievable in passing. I think all of his touchdowns were in the receiving game outside of maybe one. And he had, I think, 4 touchdown receptions, and he even dropped 2 of them. If that tells you anything, he dropped 2 touchdown receptions. So he had an unbelievable game. I thought Juju played unbelievable in the pocket. He had that one mistake where he fumbled, but he was passing the rock great, hitting his targets. Should have had more yards and touchdowns outside of a few drops. And Peyton Rhodes, too, he stepped up tonight. I think he had 7 or 8 receptions. I mean, that's a huge game from him. And look, the offensive line played great. I thought Richardson looked pretty good in his first game back, but I think Lassiter's the player of the game for me. And then defensively, I got to give it to Nate Rosales, man. I thought he was a force at the linebacker position. It felt like we called his name a ton tonight. He was a tackling machine. And I think even in that second half, he really found a way to stop Quimby. But also, I think Oribe is kind of that honorable mention for me. I thought he stepped up in some big spots on defense. The secondary as well, that's a unit that really needs to get talked about. They did a really good job outside of maybe the deep passes down the field. The wrapping up and the flying to the football, they did a really good job of containing Quimby in that second half. And really, that was the answer late. They couldn't get Quimby going. So I think that's my defensive player of the game is Rosales. But that unit, they're going to have to really step up, I think, next week to go win.
Got a tough one ahead of them for sure. For me, offensively, I got to go with you guys. Chance Lassiter was the X factor. Rhodes had a good game. I thought Rhodes did what we kind of talked about in the pregame, is
they needed him
open
too.
it up a little bit, And then when they would put Lassiter out in the slot with Richardson at the running back, I really thought that Weatherford struggled with that. I saw a lot of real estate out there for Lassiter to run around in, and he did a fantastic job. He is my offensive player of the game. On defense, I called Armani Jones's name so many times tonight that I thought I was selling purses.
Okay. Or Jim. Jim.
Armani
Jones had a great game. I thought he did a really good job.
Sorry, go finish. I'll point this out in just a second. Go finish.
Okay. Thought he did a really good job, and then the coaching staff. I thought they dialed up some good plays at the right time and kept their foot on the gas. That was key.
Yep.
Because if they had allowed Weatherford to get out in front,
could have been a different
this could have been a whole different ball game.
Is that
Yep.
so? I decided to quit looking at Dale Campbell's, and I went ahead and searched Mansfield Legacy football. They actually lost tonight, 56-21 against Lake Ridge.
56-21. So that tells you a little something about that Mansfield Legacy team, a team that went from the cellar last year.
Yep.
The Pioneers' only win was against Lake Ridge last year here at Pioneer Stadium.
Yep.
They've gone from the bottom up to near the top.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. They've got a lot of prospects, and this is going to be a different team than Boswell saw last year. They're gonna have to step up. They put a lot of points on Weatherford's defense last week. I think it was like 60-something points in that game. So they're gonna have to really step up defensively if they want to win.
I don't know if she's still listening or not, but Amy Snyder checks in and told me congratulations on a last game here at Pioneer Stadium. I appreciate that very much. This is my last home game. I've got one more in front of me as we head to Mansfield next week. But first, Tuesday night.
Big one.
Tuesday night, we will have the coaches show here at Boswell High School in the lecture hall. And we're bringing back some of my favorite players from the past 20 years. People like Taylor Weedman, Paul Jacobs, Oscar Ronquillo.
Oh, yeah.
I got a hold of him this week. He's coming. I mean, just a whole Ronnie Alford, Hunter Hart, just a whole plethora of guys that we've watched over the years. We're going to bring them in. We're going to bring Coach Ab in, and we're just going to have a good celebratory time of the last 20 years as I say goodbye to Pioneer Sports Extra, and that will start at 5 o'clock. And for you, the Pioneer fan, if you want to join us, hey, we'd be more than happy to have you. There's a lot of room there in the lecture hall, and so come on out, 5 o'clock here at Boswell High School. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you can't make it, tune in, put it on your big TV at home on the YouTube app, and we will say goodbye to Jim. I think there's a lot of people probably clapping right now.
That's not clapping in the background. We're just taking papers off the windows.
But yeah, that is next week. And then, of course, after that, we will travel to Mansfield Legacy for the final regular. I can't believe I'm saying final regular season game.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that the regular season is almost over.
Yeah.
And of course, we will bring you that game with the pregame at 6:30 and kickoff at 7. But this one here is done. The Boswell Pioneers get a win, 44-35 over the Weatherford Kangaroos. And so we will wrap it up here. Of course, I want to again thank Sandy for the incredible job that she's done over 20 years. She's really grown as a photographer down there on the field, and she's captured the moments tonight of this game, and she'll put that out on our Facebook page, and you can grab those. They're free. We don't care. This is for the kids. This is why we do it. We don't make anything. I mean, I have spent probably, and this is no joke, close to $70,000 in 20 years putting this together. And I think income-wise, I mean, this is a terrible business plan. I've made less than $10,000. So we do it for the kids, and appreciate you guys helping out and stepping in, and I love your enthusiasm and picking up the torch and carrying this thing forward. Peyton, you and Keith, they're like kids in a candy store up here. They're trying to get this Telestrator thing
I'm going to figure this out this week.
And Peyton thinks he's going to have it ready for next week, and I can't sit. Yeah. And I can't wait to see how y'all grow this thing. But that'll do it for this one tonight. For Keith Diamond, Peyton Peterson, and the lovely Mrs. Howard, I'm Jim Howard saying good night from Pioneer Stadium one last time, and go Boss.
Go Boss.
Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. Whoa. Under the lights, where the warriors ride. Friday night fire, feel the Pioneer pride. From the first down fight to the final bell. We're Boswell born, you know the name well. in store. Boswell's belts on the mic, who could ask for more? It's Football Friday night with the heart, the grit, the might. Boswell Pioneers take flight. We play for the brand all day, all night. Slobber Friday night.